There it is, right there with the blue. Speaking of tiny little
Speaking
wiener.
of tiny little wiener.
Tiny little wiener.
Our first guest has arrived. We're just talking about Joe Barton. Did you see the dick photo? The photo of him? He had to step down. That was the guy.
It's a good angle, though.
That's not a good pic. No.
You got to turn Anthony on.
I put on 5. Hold on.
Of course you did.
Yes, I did.
Hi. Yeah,
Welcome, Anthony Cumia.
Terrible angle.
Did you see his text, though? It makes it better. I want you so bad right now, deep and hard.
Oh, no. Well, why do you say deep and hard?
That's
like,
what I said.
I want you deep and hard.
That's why he's gonna fuck her.
She wants him to. She wants her. He wants her to penetrate him.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
That's how it reads.
Yeah, it's not a good angle. It's not a flattering angle.
No, not at all. The big gut hanging out like that. Oh, that's terrible.
Look at the titties rolling over the gut.
His lip is like you know the lip. It's like he's trying to get the angle right.
He's like, Mr. Christian. That is a terrible look.
He's tensing that lower jaw because he's so excited.
Yeah, and he's just trying to get the angle of his cock.
Top to bottom bad.
Do you send dick photos or no? Have you ever?
I have, yeah, to some trusting souls that I've...
With your face in them or no?
No.
Me neither.
Never.
You usually make really good decisions in your love life, so I would imagine that these were only the people that you absolutely trusted.
Especially after a few beverages, which is always when you do that.
Right.
You don't wake up in the morning and go, oh, I think I'm gonna send some dick pics today.
Speak for yourself.
You wake up kind of fluffed up, like, oh, yeah. I'm of conscious mind
First
and body.
thing I do. I love it.
Oh, it's always after a night. You're drinking and you're texting or something back and forth, and then you just, why not?
It seems like a good idea.
The relationship on social media just goes so quickly. It goes from, hi, how you doing, to you're just looking at pussy and you're sending dick pics out. Like in a bar atmosphere, that would be like 2 a.m.
You want to see it?
By 2 a.m., you'd be, hey, you want to go into the bathroom and show each other, our shit?
Yeah. Will you send it through? I won't send pictures through like a Twitter DM or anything.
No,
that's a crazy place.
Nothing like that. It's just got to be texts, and that's about it.
Like it's more private.
And I haven't done it in a long time. Like it's just too fucking nuts out there now.
It is.
What's wrong with the direct message? Because your app mention is attached to it, or because you might accidentally tweet it out?
It could just be. It's just asking. It's trouble brewing.
Yeah,
trouble brewing.
Like she's already in the Twitter app, so she might as well just share this with the world.
Just share it with other people, or it could just somehow be hacked or something. I don't know.
Or you could accidentally tweet it. It's more. A lot of times I'm worried that I would fuck that up and somehow hit something wrong. I mean, it's just a dick picture. I mean, I don't think everyone would care if my dick came out. It's not a.
I've never sent anybody to anything to somebody accidentally thinking I was sending it to someone else.
That would be so stupid.
It's never happened. No.
It hasn't happened to him either. Couldn't even look at him on the elevator.
How you guys doing? Good?
Yeah, really good.
I was just telling the lovely Travis, the commuting thing is just... I can't do it.
It's train.
It's the morning, yeah.
Ugh.
So I have to take the train and then the subway, and there's the little walking in between and everything. The train, the inane fuck train conversation is what I hate. Just sit down, shut the fuck up, and enjoy your hellish ride.
Yeah, but you're now in the hours where it's train buddies.
Oh God, I hate
that are getting on. And have you seen the because I used to I can't I had
train
to
buddies.
Yeah, me too.
I had to stop doing it. Like I had to start driving in and just dealing with the traffic because I couldn't handle the train anymore. What really did it in was the weird non-sexual but sexual tension between the train husband and wife, where it's like the beaten guy who sits down with the not terribly attractive woman, but they have this weird flirtation that's not really flirtation.
Been cooking for a while because they take the same train every morning.
But it just exists in their 35 minutes on the train, and that's the relationship every day.
I can't stand it. When I was at the train station, there was a fuckload more people than usual. When I leave my house at 2, p.m. and the train sometimes literally is there just for me. I'm like, this is the best thing. I paid, relatively small amount for an entire train to stop for me. It's
like
great.
a Twilight Zone episode, you're just going in a circle.
Will it be? And when it's crowded like this, I'm standing at the station and I'm hearing like, "Good morning, hi, how you doing?" Like they know each other just for that. Get out of here. Shut up.
You're not happy?
Hate them. So miserable this way. I was just looking around. Like, if people catch me, they could see that I'm just looking like, ugh, I hate you. I hate this.
My wife dropped me at the train once when I was taking the morning train, and the dog was in the back seat, and so the dog was barking as I was going into the train, right? And this woman goes, "Oh, he's saying goodbye to you."
Oh, God.
And I was like, "Oh, yeah, haha." I just avoided conversation altogether. Little did I know that I had established a relationship.
Oh, that's all it
And
takes.
for weeks.
How's the dog?
She brought me a goddamn brochure about dogs at one point.
That is a lonely ass fucking
I mean,
person.
it was terrible.
You know what you should have done to shut her up when she handed that? You should have said, "All right, I'm going to go jerk off to this." It's pretty hot.
What kind of dog is it? Oh, they're very. She loved you. She was saying goodbye. That's what she was doing when she was barking. Oh my God.
Really? Really?
Oh my God.
Yeah. It's so fucking just the babble that goes on between the seats and everything, and I'm shoved into a corner, just trying to get as far away from everybody as possible.
With your big jacket on and
yeah,
stuff.
big jacket. I'm like my phone is right against my face, and I'm just peering over the top of it with hatred.
You're not participating in the morning banter?
Oh, the banter about the news, the big water cooler story of the day. No, I'm hoping it's a derailment right underneath me.
It is amazing, like when you throw yourself into the world you don't want to be in,
Yeah.
which is that world, or just the office politics. It's fucking horrible.
Yeah.
It's like, thank God that's not my life. Like, I don't have to do that.
I know. That's what I think. Like when I'm in that situation, I know that, when I'm done with this today,
Yeah.
I'm going to go to my apartment and go to sleep for like 4 hours
Yeah.
and then do my show for 2 hours. And then I'll go home.
And that's
Oh, no,
your
you
day.
won't.
That's my day. Oh, no, I got Chippa.
Oh, boy.
I got Chippa later on, which is always fun. I
it's-
love doing that.
He loves you.
Oh, Chip's great. Chip has grown on me so much. We share a sense of humor. I've finally been able to figure out the chemistry, though. Yeah, I got that chemistry.
You will when you're in one of those situations. Look around the train and realize, like, you get to this place where you're like, if the train crashed and we all died, I'd be okay. Like,
Yeah,
there'd
it
be
wouldn't
some
be-
right before I died. I'd look around and see everybody else burning and go, okay.
Yeah, if I could see
Okay.
someone's head smash into one of those 2-ton doors or something, that wouldn't be too bad, I guess.
Okay. That's the last thing you saw on your way out.
Yeah, whatever.
I remember when I was going to summer school when I was a boy in high school. I used to take the bus every day to New Brunswick, and there was a woman who would get on. She was a nurse, and every day I would try to look up her skirt.
Of course.
I used to think,
How old were you?
22? No, I was a kid. I was 14. I was
Okay.
or 15. I was like a freshman in high school or a sophomore.
You were a freshman.
I certainly I was a fresh boy.
Yes, you were.
Trying to peek up. She was like a Jamaican lady. I had to go to summer school for French.
Looks like a wallet.
And I would stare at her legs, and I would try to look up her skirt. And I always thought she was trying to show me. But then again, I might have been
Probably
wrong.
wasn't.
No, you're probably right.
I bet that's what everybody says. She wanted me to jerk off in front of her on the train.
That's they do.
No, she didn't.
Like that.
No.
All the guys that like.
Stop looking at me, white boy. Can't you see I got an Afghan over me legs?
All the guys that like to like rub themselves on women and jerk off in front of women, like they all fantasize.
I think they believe
want it.
that. Yeah, I think a lot of the because we're hearing all kinds of stories. There was that another politician that shoved a woman into a bathroom and just started jerking off, and I honestly believe they think that once they start doing it, the girl's gonna be like, "Oh, well, I've never seen this approach before, but it works."
Yeah.
And no, they don't want you to jerk off in front of them.
No, I've told you before when Jess was I think she was in France. She was studying or something, and some guy was rubbing his boner on her on the train.
Oh my God!
She's
Sure it wasn't a baguette. They always carry in a bag with some celery out of the top. Whoa!
But she's like, and she's
baguette cock.
and she's 5 foot nothing. She's just and she turns around and just points her little finger in the guy's face and goes, "Nobody likes that."
Wow!
And the guy was shocked. He was paralyzed because she ruined everything.
Fucking Americans. Yeah. Ugly Americans.
How many times have you heard that in the bedroom?
Nobody likes that.
Failing erection. Nobody likes that. No, I know. That's a great way to do it, though.
Yeah, if you just have, a lot of times, if you're just nobody likes that.
A little bit of assertiveness and stuff like that, because I think those guys are very, shy.
Yeah.
Strangely enough, I think they will back off in a second if a girl goes up to them and actually gives them a little shit about it.
Well, didn't we watch a video?
Bless you.
On one of the shows we all did once. Didn't we watch one of the guys getting called out for jerking off on the train?
We started one. Yeah, it was a black guy in Philadelphia, I think.
Yeah, and the woman has her camera in the face, look at what you're fucking doing, look at you, and he just you see it all over his face.
He was just head down, and
he came.
He did.
He did come when she was scolding him. You could see him come or something, and then he's so ashamed when she scolded. It was a really weird moment.
I can't even imagine. I was saying the other day, I can understand if you're a little tanked up, you're with your girl, you get into a little mutual masturbation or something.
Sure.
But the girl has to be so into it for you to even think that you're going to stand there and pound your pud in front of her.
Yeah.
Even the Louis C.K. thing, I can't imagine two girls just kind of sitting there, kind of chuckling even.
I'd be a little embarrassed.
It's so embarrassing.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Yeah, I would feel kind of silly.
Yeah.
I like a girl pinching my nipples when I do it.
Do you? I haven't
Giving
heard
the
that
old
before.
nips a tweak. Why don't you tweak the old nipperoos?
Do you guys, Troy? Do you
hate that.
Do you like nipple
Your nipples
play?
need
No, it's not.
I love when Jim brings it up because you poll the room. I've never been in a room that I could poll that anybody else
that
shares.
enjoys
No.
that.
You don't like your nipples tweaked?
No.
Travis,
not
do you
at
like-
all.
You like nipple play?
No.
Of course not.
It's not even a thought.
Just
No, not at all.
No.
It just
No, you guys.
It's uncomfortable. It isn't
Yeah.
even that it's not pleasurable. It's the opposite of pleasure.
Are you saying
it's
it removes pleasure?
uncomfortable and yes, it removes pleasure.
I love my nipples lightly played with.
I've heard that.
I know, I've talked about it.
But it's it's one of those moments where it's what are you doing?
No, get away,
Yeah.
get away.
Why are you
stop.
doing that?
No, get away from
That tickles.
A slight brush over it while they're going somewhere else is fine.
Sure.
Yeah.
You're en route to my dick or something.
Right. But not the teedle-leedle-leedles.
No teedle-leedle.
Or en route back up from the dick with a mouthful of treat. A mouthful of sharing.
Yeah.
Do you ever kiss a girl after you blew a load in her mouth? That's terrible.
No,
That's awful.
terrible.
I've done it. It's awful.
You don't like it?
No. Metallic
that's,
tasting, disgusting.
Has a girl ever kissed you after she blew a load in your mouth?
That's a good point. Yes,
Yeah, that has
that's totally
happened.
different.
Okay.
That's not good.
Yeah, I don't like it.
No.
Your own cum is great in theory.
What?
No, when you're fucking and you're being dirty, one girl would tell me, "You're gonna lick your cum up." I was like, "Yeah, I am." And then as soon as you come, you're like, "Oh."
Well, the problem is after you come, your whole attitude about the whole act that you're doing and everything, it changes.
You're done. Right.
You're done. So now the idea of doing anything like that is a little crazy.
It's like talking dirty about Brussels sprouts while you're eating chocolate cake. And as soon as you're done with your cake, you're like, "Yeah, time for those sprouts."
Oh, sprouts coming
Ooh,
up.
Not happening.
I'm a little full. Thanks.
Not happening.
Yeah,
Very satisfied.
No, I would still say even in theory, I don't think my own ejaculate is something that I look at all ooh, yeah.
No.
Even in the spur of the moment, if somebody was like,
Sperm of the moment.
"Oh, Anthony,"
Fuck yeah!
Yeah, even in that, I wouldn't be like, oh yeah, and then you'll lick it up. I'd be like, no, I'm not going to do that.
Sometimes it just gets everywhere, and you could be kissing a girl's neck, and you're like, wow, fuck.
Is that a humble brag?
Got a little, yeah, it is kind of a humble brag. A little bit.
Because mine is in a specific pool. Like it's very, it's very easy to locate.
Are you a little drizzler?
A little bit.
Oh.
It's not. Yeah, there's no ropes.
I shot myself in the cheek. I do this thing when I jerk
really
off
wish you
now.
would.
I do. Oh, I saw a video like that.
Just go back to your other story.
I was jerking off. And I was just talking to this guy. I had like a shirt on, so I had
lobster bib.
Yeah, I do. The paper towel set up.
He's a messy eater, that Jim.
And I fucking hit myself in the cheek. It was a fucking dollop of cum on my cheek.
Wow.
What'd you do with it?
I wiped it off.
That's
your
pretty
tongue?
good.
No, no, it was
Pretty
awful.
good trajectory.
Yeah, it was really good. I've been in good form lately.
Good form.
Yeah, good
Were you happy
form.
with yourself?
Yeah, I'm back to lube again. Not that anybody cares. But I'm
I
trying
care.
to use lube again and get my sensitivity back.
When you jerk off, you use lube?
Yeah, my dick right now is the sensitivity of an ankle.
Oh, okay.
trying to fix it again.
You really need a lot of
Just lightly doing it. Yeah.
a lot of outside things to sensitize and
Yeah, it's been so many years. I'm just trying to be normal again and just jerk off like a regular guy.
With lube.
Yeah.
that's good for 10 hours straight.
No, just lightly like toying.
That's pleasant. Sure.
Yeah,
Not a lot of edging.
just a lot of information.
Good. Get it over with.
Yeah.
Go back to doing something important.
Get it
Right.
done.
Right.
Yeah.
10 minutes is good.
Yeah,
It is.
Yeah.
Just done.
Done. Yeah, that's done. Now I can get back to just thinking clearly.
Yeah.
What's sexier than a good dirty picture, though, when you get one?
Jim is so naughty.
You just don't want to. You don't want to finish it.
Is there anything better, though?
Just nothing worse than when you just start hearing outside. There's like birds.
Oh, because you've been mad.
It's like, wait, oh no, it's morning.
When you mean jerking off so long that the sunlight comes up?
The sun is coming in. You're like, oh, this is despicable.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
it's
like-
a bad feeling.
Not a piece of shit.
I'm
Or
gonna.
when someone comes over that you don't want over, and you're like, you can stay over. Then as soon as you come, you're like, why did I say that? Why? Have you ever had someone over that you regretted?
A couple of times,
Yeah,
yeah,
here and there.
Definitely,
Yeah.
yeah.
What do you do? You've never thrown them out though,
No,
because you just kind of have to. You made the arrangement.
you have to go with the commitment you've made,
Right.
You know, they stay, and then that's
We reap
that's
what we
that.
sow sometimes.
Yes, we do. Terrible.
Yeah. I thought people were calling in to talk about. I thought people were calling in to talk about jerking off,
Yeah.
but then one of the callers said he had an idea for a viral video, and now I'm afraid that he just wants to make videos of jerking off.
Yeah, that's probably what it is.
Yeah, I don't want to do that.
I don't know what is that question? Do you know?
Which one?
Number 3. Does Ant know?
Oh,
No.
I don't. Let me say. I don't know. I think he just wants like me and DePaulo and like everybody to do and you and everything to do one show somewhere.
Let me see.
Oh,
Which
where everybody
makes-
like insults
Makes
everybody.
perfect sense.
Or just hold on.
Yeah.
Bill, what are you talking about, Frankie?
Bill.
Hi, Ant. Yes, Anthony remembers the question. I asked him on Nick DiPaolo's show, get everybody there and make sure you got Rich Moss and a bit of Leguizamo there for him. And just do the most vicious show ever again.
What are you talking about?
I think just getting a room full of comics and cutting loose, as they say.
I see.
Cutting loose.
All right, thank you, Bill. Everybody just riffing.
Oh yeah.
Hey, look at that yellow sweatshirt over there. What are you, covered in tinkle?
That's
Sam,
a good one.
thanks.
Nailed him.
It's not yellow.
What is it?
It's beige.
Oh.
I watched a film last night. A film with the wonderful Jim Norton was in it a little bit. It was
Spider-Man?
The Comedian.
Oh.
I had not seen it. I saw it.
Is that why you came in here with all the great jokes?
Look, I love Jimmy, DePaulo.
Yeah, yeah.
You guys
Oh, yeah,
are
me and
so
Nick.
fucking cool and fun. You get such a great shot, too, right there.
Yeah,
And then, how's your ass? That was a funny line.
Not only, hey, Jackie, how's your asshole?
How's your asshole?
I saw him at the premiere, and he walked up to me and he goes, "Hey, how's your asshole?"
How's your asshole?
Was it ad-libbed?
Yes, I
The
have.
asshole line?
Yeah, yeah.
That's awesome.
That was very funny. But the rest of, oh boy.
You liked it?
I'd heard things. And then as I watched it, I'm just sitting there really saying to myself, why am I continuing?
Wasn't that good?
Why? I didn't find it that good.
You found there was a couple of flaws.
A couple of flaws.
Oh.
And boy, when they try to get an actor to do stand-up comedy, it really just shows people how amazing it is that people can do it.
Stand-up is a weird thing to play. Like when you're playing, there's a weird, you know when someone does it and when they don't.
Dude, an actor can play anything else. A good actor can go on in front of a camera and perform and play a doctor or a pilot or a cop or a sad guy or a lunatic or something. The second they try to portray a stand-up comic, they not only miss, but by a fucking mile.
How was it? Was Hanks in Punchline? He's he did it. And Sally Field doesn't really count because she was playing, but he was okay.
I don't know if
The
it's
punchline was terrible.
No, I know. No, I'm saying him as the idea of him performing stand-up.
Being
like,
a
like he's a
comic,
good actor,
yeah.
but like,
Oh, it goes to
the whole
Anthony's point.
meltdown. Yeah. I didn't buy the meltdown. Hoffman as Lenny Bruce. If I don't, it's been many years since I've seen that, but I think he was okay as that. I don't remember.
it's just not. It's not like you're watching a comic.
Right.
You can't get that. Like I've watched actors portraying different people and I've been taken right in and go, wow, that's amazing.
Like Ben Affleck
Good
as Batman.
performance. Oh, amazing.
But is it though because someone's so famous? Because when you watch The King of Comedy, and at the end Rupert Pupkin does stand up, he's better than you expect him to be. Like he's not terrible. He's okay. Like you expect him to be a disaster, and his jokes from Passaic they weren't that bad. They were like not great, but they were okay. Which I thought was the greatest part of that was that his jokes were okay.
De Niro's delivery is just abominable. It's so hard to watch. And he did pull out Rupert Pupkin a couple of times in The Comedian. I saw him doing some mannerisms and stuff that I was like, my God, that's like king of comedy, Rupert Pupkin. But just it's that special a thing.
It's a weird thing to when you watch people talk. I guess there's a rhythm that comes with it.
Yeah.
Or something. I don't know what it is. Because people have said, how come actors have a harder time with that? And I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
It's almost like playing a singer in a way. Like if you take someone and say, okay, now you play a singer, even if your voice is okay, if you have to go out there and try to sing and you never sang before,
Yeah.
or it's like doing karate. You can't just like do karate.
Right, you can't just all of a sudden start doing
Yeah,
it.
like if you play this guy who does karate in a movie, it's kind of hard just to do karate.
But there are things you can do to make it look like the actor's doing amazing karate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and things like but there's no trick. There's nothing anybody can do to an actor to make you go, wow, that's a great stand-up. And I've seen stand-ups that are really good actors, Jim.
Thanks a lot, buddy. Appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, there are some stand-ups that are just really good actors.
Well, I played, I had to do a little something recently. I've told you what it was.
Yes, very
Yeah.
excited.
Well, let's just say I had to play someone in a nightclub setting.
Right.
Well, do you see Funny People?
No, I did not.
That was Judd Apatow's
I'm
stand-up.
still
movie.
not. You guys.
That's the movie that like they were doing actual stand-up sets.
Yeah.
And shooting them. Like
Oh,
not
really?
necessarily like they would go to clubs and have like Seth Rogen and Apatow started doing them again. That's when he started
Yeah.
doing stand-up again. Like they actually would go to comedy clubs and put together
and-
15 minutes.
Yeah, isn't that more of just comics doing their act? Like instead of
Yeah.
because
Right.
I've seen some comics in movies have to play themselves doing their act,
Right.
and they're not good at it. It's
Right.
weird. They freeze up or something.
In the Comedian, there was a scene where everyone was just doing stand-up, which they
Yeah.
showed at the Village Underground. And it was just comics just doing, but they were just the comedians doing
Right.
stand-up.
Yeah, yours was hilarious. They ended that scene with your joke.
Oh, I wasn't even supposed to be in that scene.
It
I
was
literally
very funny.
They called me down just to host that while they were shooting De Niro doing walking. Him and Edie Falco were in the audience walking. I wasn't even supposed to be filmed.
It was funny. It was the incest bit with the mom on the phone.
Yeah.
The phone rings.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, Mom, you're right next to me.
I think I just riffed that.
That was very
I
funny.
didn't want to do like topical stuff. I'm like,
Yeah.
just do whatever silly.
It was
joke.
very funny.
Yeah, it was late.
Falco.
Yeah, she was there.
Tony.
It was very weird. I was doing stand up and De Niro was walking back and forth. They were filming him,
Yeah.
and I'm just doing my act, and then they turned the camera around. They let me host the show.
That's I was noticing those shots too, where De Niro's kind of walking outside the cellar, and it's like, oh god, this is so corny. It was a little corny.
Well, he's supposed to be an older comic.
I understand.
Coming home.
Yeah, I get it. Do you think the viral videos were good?
You know, the viral videos, not particularly great, but they kind of show how shitty viral videos can be. That's what goes viral.
Yeah, that
like
is
dog
like
shit.
The poopy video. Oh god, I was cringing.
Yeah, that is the type of thing that would get a lot of views.
Certainly would.
And you'd hate it.
Morons.
People would watch it a lot.
Oh, they would.
Oh, this is good. I like Edie Falco. I should have took a picture with her.
Oh, you didn't?
I'm missing the point. No,
Oh,
I didn't.
Carmela Soprano.
The best.
You don't like her?
What?
Why don't you like her?
I said the best.
Oh, I misunderstood.
Tony.
We were just talking about The Sopranos yesterday because I spent a lot of the weekend watching season 3 again.
Oh, it's just awesome.
It's the best show of all time.
I can't even get enough of it.
No, I can't either.
I watched the pilot episode a couple of days back just to kind of see what it looked like before they really got established. Like the characters are different.
We talked about that yesterday.
Pacing of the show was different. And everything.
2 years before. That show for 2 years. And
yeah.
And Gandolfini sounds different.
You could tell. He sounds like when he's that Kevin Finnerty guy when he's in the coma.
Yeah.
Like that's what he sounds like, his normal kind of voice. And he's a lot thinner.
That's right.
He got a lot more hair on his head.
Yep.
And that was the pilot. And then 2 years later, they shoot the series, and he's already kind of a fat piece of shit.
He's got the fucking voice going. Yeah, he did change it from the pilot. That's amazing to me that sat for 2 years.
Yeah.
That pilot sat.
That's the kind of things that really do amaze me in show business. Like, because they must have been like, oh, yeah, I shot a pilot and nothing, went nowhere.
A mafia show about ducks? Yeah, sure.
Yeah. And then it's the one of the biggest shows ever.
You ever see All in the Family?
Never heard of it.
3 pilots they went through. 2 pilots they went through, and the third one is finally the one that went.
Really?
Yeah, they had different. I think a different Gloria, or but that took a couple of years to go through. That didn't just get picked up and all of a sudden was a hit.
Well, they don't give anything time now, you know.
No.
If they don't like the idea, it's done right off the bat.
Did you see? We talked about Dustin Hoffman. Did you see the clip of him and John Oliver? Is that clip available or
I
no?
haven't
We
seen
just
a
have the audio.
I haven't
We
seen
have
a
the transcript.
clip.
Why would I even watch that?
I don't watch John Oliver, but I mean, he's like, but the whole sexual thing.
Oh, yeah?
So John Oliver was hosting a thing at the 92nd Street Y last night.
Oh, that's where that was. Okay.
And it was, I think they were playing Wag the Dog and had a bunch of the cast there. They were doing one of those talks.
Yeah.
Dustin Hoffman was one of them. And in the middle of the discussion, John Oliver brings up that I guess Dustin Hoffman is one of the people that's been accused of sexual misconduct.
Well, it was more for comments that were made about this girl who was like an intern or something. He was just I think he thought he was being like just joking around and talking shit on the set and being like
right.
I don't know if he saw it as seriously as she did.
But apparently got very, very testy between the two of them.
His testes.
That's not what I said.
Oh, there is video.
Oh. Does he get mad?
Is that if you get into a dispute,
I didn't know what I was doing. I pulled my cock out.
so he said, what you should do.
Groping
is-
17-year-old intern. Oops.
But there's a key word that's left out.
Oh.
The quoting, as it goes around the world.
Clip is like 6 minutes.
Oh, do you want me to find it and then we can play it after?
Yeah.
Yeah. So apparently, like John Oliver brings it up, and it gets tense and kind of weird. And then John Oliver kind of brings it back to the movie or whatever else they're talking about. And 5 minutes later, Dustin Hoffman brought it up again because he was so pissed
He was pissed.
at John Oliver.
Oh, he was
bringing it
just
up.
stewing
Yeah.
during that 5 minutes, I'm sure.
Yeah. He said something like, you've you've made huge judgments on me or something like that. You know,
They just have like no ability for any kind of self responsibility or anything, self awareness.
The actors, you mean?
These actors, they've been coddled.
That's what
for
it is.
so many years that when they're called out on something and someone really points at them and says, "Hey, motherfucker," they are like, "What? Do you know who I am?"
And even if you're just asking a lot of times, they don't know how to just give you like an answer. Go, no,
Right.
no, here's what happened.
No.
They just, because again, they're used to somebody else answering
A
it.
publicist standing there waiting to cut you off from asking the fucking question.
Yeah, they don't usually handle that stuff very well at all.
No, they don't. And
You got
that's
it, Troy?
Showing.
It's a little hard to hear, but I do have it.
Okay.
Well, it's your statements. I mean, because it's that part of it. I'm not the moral arbiter of anything. It's just it's not reflective of who I am. It's that kind of response to this stuff that pisses me off. Because it is reflective of who you were. If it happened and you've given no evidence to show that it didn't happen, then there was a period in time for a while when you were creeping around women. So it feels like a cop-out to say, well, this isn't me. Do you understand how that feels?
Hey,
like
fuck you, you limey fuck.
It's difficult to answer that question. You weren't there. You didn't.
I'm glad.
he said, "I'm glad I wasn't
I'm
there."
glad.
Yeah, it's like, let him answer.
He's poking at him. He's
trying
poking
to-
at
Yeah,
him.
I guess so. He also knows that this is a, you know.
He did at one point ask the audience to stop recording it with your cell phones.
Oh, stop it.
Oh, really?
But then everybody was like, "Why
Yeah.
would you do it on stage with microphones if you didn't want to
Exactly.
record it?"
Stop it, you goose.
What the fuck? People are out of
talking
their
about?
minds.
This is supposed
Stop
to be a-
recording it.
Don't record this. This is a private conversation between me, you, and everybody here at the 92nd Street
Yeah,
Y.
me and 1,000 people here. Let's just keep it under our hats.
Yeah.
Shut up.
It should be the 97th Street. What?
Well, yeah, or WXZ.
Fuck yeah.
Fucking letters.
Just two different directions. Just
Yeah,
going
boy.
totally separate.
Oh, what magic tonight.
Oh, of course. So Rich is joining us?
Supposedly, yeah, Voss says he will be on this program.
You know what
That's
Chip
good.
should do? Chip should. I hope that Chip has seen this John Oliver clip, and Chip should try to call out Voss for his sexual misconduct.
That's right.
And really try to get some buzz going. You
Yeah.
know, Voss hasn't done anything. Should we say the thing that Voss did, or should we save that?
We have to wait till tomorrow.
Okay, because you know that's all I've been thinking about.
It's all I've been thinking
Okay,
about.
well we'll tell you during break,
Oh,
Anthony.
okay.
We'll save it for tomorrow.
I want Spurlet.
So whatever. So yeah, do you have more of this Dustin Hoffman thing?
Did he actually, did they come to did they make up or no?
No.
Do they make up?
Are they friends again?
He must be very angry at John Oliver.
Oh,
Dustin
it's got to be
Hoffman. Oh.
fuming.
Yeah.
Because you're trapped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're on a stage.
Like, we're here to talk about Wag the Dog, right? I thought we were here to discuss the film.
Even though John Oliver kind of came at him, he didn't just ask. He came at him like with absolutely, this is correct. This is what happened.
He came at him with judgment for sure.
Yeah, like you're saying you weren't there. And he's like, I'm glad. What's like, what does that mean?
That's all of these celebrities, though. Like, hey, you weren't there. You don't know what happened. Like, they don't see it as they have done anything wrong.
Although it does also sound like what Roy Moore is saying.
Oh yeah.
a little bit, right?
Well, don't get on the great Judge Roy Moore, please. The honorable Judge Roy Moore.
You mean go get him, Roy?
Yeah.
Go get him, Roy.
Unhurrable, right? On O-N space.
Honorable.
Her.
I love it. I love that
Just
this
the
country
chaos?
is just out of its fucking
We
mind.
were saying that before, how fun it is to watch.
Right, just fuck it.
I thought when Trump just started running for president, I was like, this is going to be great. Mm-hmm. And then when he won, it was like, I can't believe how much fun this is going to be. It has been so much more fun than I even dreamt it would be.
It is way crazier than I think any of us
Yes.
could have imagined.
Everyone's lost their fucking minds.
Yeah.
And I can't be happier about it.
To the point where it's like, on one end, you're like, okay, we want to impeach him. We want to impeach him.
Yeah.
And then the news, who gets accused of being fake, comes out and they go, we've got the smoking gun.
Yeah.
We're going to get him. And then you see the clip with Joy Behar.
Oh,
and
that
Joy
was so
Behar's on
sad.
TV and she's celebrating like, yeah, we got him. And then the news, who supposedly hates Trump because he keeps calling him fake fake news has to come out and say, "Oh,
We made a mistake.
That was fake.
Fake news.
That was
fake news." It's every day, every fucking day. There's something else. Twitter's alight with all of it.
It's
the
amazing.
news, depending on what station you're on, it's just mass insanity.
And you're only a quarter of the way through.
Oh,
God. At least.
Thank God.
It seems to me like the inmates are running the asylum and things
Wow.
are not going to get any easier.
The deep thinking I've seen in Jim lately.
It's cool, man. He's not just a comedian. is the
No,
thing.
no, that is.
Certainly not. You said even wrong.
It's been so
It is nuts.
crazy.
You couldn't
So-
imagine.
And people
off the rails.
People have forgotten like this philosophy of like, okay, like this person is where he's at. You don't like it, that's fine.
Right.
But with a guy like Trump, you can let him dig his own grave. Like
Yeah.
you can let him do it to himself, but everybody is so eager to be like, "We got you, we got
Right.
you." They're just chasing their tails and making themselves look like assholes.
But it's not even a grave he's digging. He
No.
just digs a hole and stands in it and then just jumps out of it.
Yeah, exactly. There have been how many things since he started running were supposed to absolutely sink him? Like, this is the one. Oh my God, he fucked
finished.
up. Yeah. I mean, remember the Billy Bush thing, and now Billy Bush is on talk shows going, "Hey, Trump, you idiot," trying to ingratiate himself with the liberal media. So he's sitting there trying to get back, and he's the asshole in the whole thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Trump is the president. He's the asshole in the whole thing.
Here's what's great. Trump is the president. Billy Bush got fired. There's literally an opening for a male host at the show that Billy Bush was working for. Matt Lauer is gone. Billy Bush would have gotten that job if he hadn't gotten fired. 100%. You know.
Yeah, yeah.
And he's not getting the gig now. It would have happened.
Yeah. And then just trying to predict who's next. Like, that's what everybody tries to do, but they're pulling him out of nowhere and everywhere.
Because you don't know anything about, like, we don't know
No.
anything about Dustin Hoffman, like that thing I never would have guessed. Kevin Spacey I knew was gay, but I never heard the underage shit.
Like the underage
Yeah,
and
like-
really predatorial stuff. And
you don't know.
yeah, you just,
But with Trump, it's like it's not only like he jumps out of the hole, because they do like what ABC News did, which is just fuck up again. It's like they dig a hole for Donald Trump. They shove him into it, and then at the very last minute they throw a ladder to him.
or yeah.
Come on out.
Or it's like the Roadrunner Coyote thing, where the coyote will paint a tunnel on a wall.
Right.
And think that Trump is just going to smash into it.
Right.
Trump goes through it, and then they go to chase him and smash into the wall.
That's exactly what's going on.
He's just, you can't do anything to him.
No.
Because we all know he's batshit nuts.
Right.
He's a womanizer. He loves fucking young, attractive women.
Right.
He's a little kooky.
Right.
And so what are they going to call him out on?
Or it's like Teflon. They're taking Teflon, they're spraying it on that pan. Every time they skip a piece of food on it dances right out of the old Teflon pan.
Deep,
Just metaphors are no good.
you know, it's kind of like,
You don't think that was good?
no, it was stupid.
Try to be smart.
Yeah. Sometimes it works.
But that is
Yeah.
that is what's happening. That
He's
they're
just- and
I think it's because people going after him are so, especially in the media, like in the news, are
Yeah.
so emotional about
It's
it.
all emotion. Yeah,
that
it's
they
pure emotion.
because that's when people fuck up. Like think about every fight that you've been in a relationship. Like
Yeah.
you find yourself, how did I get into this hole that I dug myself into? And it's because like you got all angry or whatever. Like you were, it's just emotion.
And you said
going
one
crazy.
thing you shouldn't have said, and then forget it. It spirals out of
And
control.
that's it.
Right.
Yeah.
You were talking about, like, hey, I was supposed to be there at 8, and I got there at 8:30, and then 5 minutes later, you scream, "Your grandmother's a cunt," as she's shaking her shoulders. You can't take that one back.
Yeah.
No, that one's going
I
to
would
stay there a
imagine.
while. It's going to linger a while.
I guess.
You just can't. They are so emotional. The people trying to get Trump out of impeachment, the celebrities. The Rosie O'Donnell tweets are just sad.
Only Rosie O'Donnell.
Like Rosie is like, "You're done, Trump. You're done. This is over. You're done. This is the latest news, and you're gonna go to jail." It's like he's not. It's
not going to jail.
done. He's not going to jail. I watched a great documentary, oddly enough, on Headline News, which is CNN, and it was on the Clinton Lewinsky thing.
What happened?
And well, let me tell you, buckle in because it's a hoot. And he was found guilty of lying to the FBI and perjury and obstruction of justice. They impeach him.
He was actually impeached.
He was impeached,
Yes, he was.
and he finished out his terms.
Right. But then he went to jail after that.
See, I think you're thinking.
Right.
Yeah, so all of this stuff, they've gone like over a year and found nothing. Like nothing on Trump. They're putting all their eggs in the Flynn basket. It's like, oh, Flynn, and Flynn is gonna talk to the no. They have nothing on this guy.
You obviously haven't watched Keith Olbermann's videos.
Oh,
That guy's good.
Hasn't he decided that it's time to stop doing his political
Well, I
commentary?
think mission accomplished.
Yeah, because
mission accomplished.
Mission accomplished.
He's really good.
He was.
That guy's fearless.
He is too, and his grasp on the English language is just inspiring.
Holy mackerel! Boy, that guy gets you in his crosshairs. Get out of the way.
Ooh.
Oh,
You
you're
don't
in
think
Dutch.
you don't think Gentleman's Quarterly told him we're not doing this anymore because
I
they
don't
were
think
paying.
so.
They were paying for the whole thing.
Gentleman's Quarterly is what he was doing it for.
GQ,
Yeah, GQ, Facebook.
He was
Stupid
doing
am I?
it
I
for
didn't know what
them.
that was.
And Gentleman's Quarterly.
Well, I've been called a GQ, but it's not that.
I know what both those two things stand for.
Yeah, so he said, well, Trump's done and my job here is complete.
Way to go! And you're the guy who criticized George W. Bush saying mission accomplished.
Mission accomplished. He absolutely did mission accomplished.
Mission accomplished.
Mission accomplished with his big fucking dick holder that he flew onto that aircraft carrier. Remember when George W. got out of the plane and his dick was just fucking...
Was it being cupped?
Oh, it was like that. The harness was just wrapped around his dick.
That was a premature announcement.
Oh, was it ever?
A very embarrassing moment on the aircraft carrier.
Just want to say, mission accomplished.
Like you flew in, like you just flown a mission. What are you?
Yeah, you
what
don't
an
have
asshole
to-
move that was.
you don't have
Yeah,
to
but now we all love him.
Yeah,
I
that's-
do. I always liked him back
Everyone
then.
loves him now.
That's the amazing thing that after he was the original Hitler, right? Wasn't he the
Yes.
first Hitler?
There are plenty of protest signs
Yeah.
of George W. Bush looking
He
like
was
Hitler.
Hitler. Brought us into a war.
Yeah.
Dick Cheney was funding
my
and the
God.
whole thing. Yeah, mission accomplished. He had his dick and balls
Look
out
at
on
his-
the
look at his
aircraft
Prick being
hangar.
cupped.
Mission accomplished on my balls.
Jesus.
And look at my balls.
And then the one guy, by the way, one guy's got a great picture with the president, and the other guy's hiding behind his waving hand.
But now he's just beloved. Now he's just like a lovable
They
old man who
love
paints
him now.
pictures of dogs.
Elder statesman, a statesman.
Yeah.
He paints people too. He paints soldiers.
I
like
paint soldiers. I love to paint in the bathtub. Yeah, it was like wasn't he Hitler, blithering idiot Hitler?
He was moron. Michael Moore documentary responsible for 9/11. Hitler. And then now he's just a lovable guy who paints pictures.
They call me retard Hitler. I don't like that. Yeah. Now he's beloved.
He was ISIS.
Yeah,
You know,
he was ISIS, and now just anytime he shows up,
Hey, it's W.
there he is.
We
a
love
few
W.
years later,
That's all it takes.
everyone likes him.
And it's kind of like, fuck Al Gore for all that environmental shit.
Right?
Yeah.
Were there
He's annoying.
Have there
He is
been
annoying.
any ex-presidents that don't end up beloved? Like even fucking Nixon ended up where people were like, you know, he gave those interviews with David Frost and everything, and people just saw the humanity in him.
Did they?
And was kind of like, yeah. We all remember like, all right, you fucked up.
Yeah.
But people did like him, and his legacy of opening up China and everything kind of made it like, all right, he was a good guy. I don't think there's been. I think we have such quick. We're able to quickly get rid of. Dude, maybe a few years if Trump lives after he's out of the presidency, I think people are going to be like, wasn't he great?
It depends on who comes after him and a president. And also, we stop because we stop caring. They're not policymakers anymore. And then we can just look at them as being charming.
As people,
I don't
right.
think that'll happen to him, though, because people already knew him before. People already knew Trump before. Like, they didn't know.
But they loved him.
That is true.
In a like obnoxious, it was like, oh, did you see
You're
that Trump?
fired.
You fired. Remember when You're Fired was like the big big thing?
I think
holy fuck,
like 10 years,
a decade.
Yeah, in like 10 years. Thanks, Jim. I think people will look at Trump kind of like they look at Gene Simmons, where it's like
they want to rock with him.
No, it's understood that he's a douchebag, but he's also just kind of a wacky.
That he's the god of thunder.
Yeah, that
he's got these big boots.
He's a total idiot.
That he spits fire.
Yeah,
no,
he's just an idiot.
He's
No.
a total moron.
No,
dickhead.
No, that he rocks.
He's a total phony and a moron. But we all love him because he's a celebrity.
Yeah,
but he's a total asshole.
I don't know. It depends on what Trump does in office too. It'll depend.
I think he's doing
but wasn't the
a pretty bang up job.
Is our taxes going up though because of this shit?
No.
Oh.
They're not. Everyone's taxes are going down. The problem is,
read my lips.
The problem is that corporations that pay a shitload of taxes are also getting a tax cut. So it's like, oh, look at how much they're getting. Well, they've been paying in a whole fuckload. But everyone is getting a tax cut now. Whether whatever the bill's going to be, because I know, especially in New York, there's going to be a tough time with this state and local tax thing.
Well, you can't write off federal stuff now, right?
If federal,
you can't write off state on your federal.
State and local taxes, you won't be able to write off on.
Why not?
If that's what goes through, that's part of the plan.
But we'll be paying more.
Then New Yorkers will be in it, I do believe, but they are considered the wealthy. See what happens?
It's really annoying.
It is.
I saw on the fake failing news, the MSM
failing.
On the
No
ABC
ratings.
fake failing news last night, they said that if you're going to end up paying more taxes if you make less than $75,000 a year.
Such bullshit.
That's what the fake failing news said.
Utter and complete fucking bullshit.
Bullsugar.
It is?
It's bullshit.
Okay.
I just can't. This is an across the board tax cut for everybody.
They said it's going to cost $1 trillion.
Oh, now they're worried about trillions of dollars of the deficit. When Obama was in office and it went from fucking, what was it, 15 to 20 trillion? Or that
was to help.
Right, it was to help people.
That was to help.
How about go fuck yourself?
Oh, okay.
Why can't we? I don't want to. Why can't we write stuff off? That's not right.
Well,
If you're paying taxes.
it's not finalized yet. They're still going through the Senate and the House versions of the bill. Like our
not fair.
Long Island,
Yeah, I want
we
to
got
write stuff off.
Why do I have to pay taxes to federal if I've already paid it to state?
I want to write stuff off.
I love writing stuff off.
I do
Write it
too.
off.
Why didn't Trump want me to write it off?
They allow that.
Yeah, government allows you that.
What do you mean write it off?
You don't even know what
You
a
don't even
write-off
know
is?
what a write-off is. Did you write it off? Write it off. I love it.
But so we're not going to be able to write our stuff off anymore? Is that
don't know.
what you're telling me?
Don't know yet.
Sure.
Boy.
There's
If
House
Anthony's
and Senate
saying you don't know,
still
this
duking
is-
it out on that issue. I know our Long Island guy, what's his name, King. He's trying to. He's not for this because people on Long Island pay ridiculous amounts of property tax, and without being able to write that off, it's going to be a problem.
What about this net neutrality? How come people are telling me I'm an idiot for saying that we should definitely have net neutrality?
Have net neutrality?
It sounds terrible to do away with net neutrality for us.
You know what? I don't care about net neutrality. I think I'll be able to turn my computer on and play my stupid games.
That's all you care about.
That's all I care about.
But you're gonna do you play online?
Yes, I do.
Oh,
What?
well then maybe this affects you too.
I don't think it does.
Because net neutrality, if you do away with it, then the internet provider companies, the Optimums, the Verizons, the whatever, they can start tiering off internet.
Oh yeah.
The way they tier off cable, so that if
How's
you
that
want,
working out for them these days with so many other options out there like Netflix and Hulu and everything? How's tiering thing? Because
Well, that's
all
the
I
thing.
hear these days from my friends, my good friends,
right,
is I canceled cable a long time ago. Don't need it. Don't use it.
But who do they get internet from?
Who do they get internet from?
Right.
I don't even know.
The cable companies.
Magic people.
The cable company.
But if you cancel cable, you won't get all that. I mean, I like to watch. How do they watch regular TV? How do you watch like fucking
With an antenna. You get a digital antenna.
Do they go back to that?
Yeah.
What do they do? How do they watch TV?
I think they do a digital antenna, which isn't like
Sling?
a regular
Sling
analog
TV, yeah.
antenna.
Oh, I don't want to
Yeah.
sling. I don't want
you
to.
guys have
Sling.
totally missed the point of net neutrality.
I'm
completely.
Yeah, I want to watch TV.
I
trying to figure out how
understand
to
it.
watch TV.
But Yeah, if you start tearing it off like they tiered off cable,
Right.
Then the market will decide, and other competing options will turn up.
I pay the highest tier.
You do.
I'm a top tier guy.
You can't just provide it. Like I can't just start providing internet.
I'm
How about you
gonna do
provide
that.
some
I'm just gonna
entertainment?
But shouldn't somebody that runs like a video podcasting small business
Yeah, this is terrible for you.
be super concerned?
Why is that?
Because people are going to have to there are going to be less people that are going to pay for the bandwidth required to go to your
Would you go to the
website.
future and see what's going to happen? I have no idea.
So you're just like, roll the dice.
Just sounds like it'll take a long time for it to actually happen.
You're trying to roll with the punches. You just like let it.
Oh God!
And
the punches.
let's say
Yeah.
Let's say the liberal media gets in bed with corporations,
Ew.
which has happened. Not literally, which has happened.
Dan Rather eating fucking Bezos' asshole. Yuck. Getting his nose in there. I like it when it smells like you've been in the chair all day. You can hardly hear.
Let's say, okay. Let's say Twitter and Facebook and those which I believe are liberal leaning.
Oh, really?
Websites.
Yeah, that's from Letterman Sammy.
I'm reminded every time I'm suspended. I was just suspended for 12 hours.
Which was ridiculous.
Okay.
Your sarcastic statement.
Sarcastic. I was asking Kim Jong-un to nuke San Francisco after their verdict on the
So
why
illegal
can't you
alien.
make a sarcastic? Like, he doesn't have Twitter.
It's so
He doesn't
ridiculous.
follow you?
Yeah, and it was looked at as a threat. Like, really? There's a chance this might happen? Yeah.
So if there's
based on my tweet.
if they're going after, they're like, okay, well, we know who Anthony is, right? Is it so crazy to believe that because if net neutrality is done away with, internet providers are going to be able to slow down services to specific websites?
That is true.
Meaning, Twitter can say, we're going to give you all this money to make sure that our website works. Facebook's going to, we're going to give you all this money to make sure our website works quickly. But part of this deal is also some of our more conservative enemies. Let's slow down the bandwidth.
Like Compound Media all of a sudden wouldn't be as accessible because the internet, they've been paid by Amazon a lot of money because they see you as a competitor.
And if bandwidth becomes slow, it makes it a little bit difficult to watch a live video show.
It certainly would.
Then you and Artie would be pixelated.
Right.
And I'm
We'd be
not
all,
I am not
choppy.
And I
All
watch
choppy.
I watch your show so I can see both your beautiful faces
Exactly.
in HD.
It's why we do it.
But you see, there's problems here for you.
Yeah?
You need net neutrality, I
Yes,
think.
you do.
Well, who's going to stand for that?
For what?
For them doing that?
Well, it's
If you
not
don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything.
just,
Right, Sam?
You're just saying things.
Like, I don't get who's, like, how that would
Congress-
happen without people going, hey, now.
It's not something that the people get to vote on. You got to call congressmen and tell them about it because
Congress people.
the head of the FCC wants to do away. This isn't helpful, Jim.
Yeah.
With net neutrality,
Yes, he does.
he's in bed with the corporations. Because doing away with net neutrality would directly benefit the corporations that provide internet.
This is this whole thing it's like a teftification of the U.S. of A.
No, it isn't. Stop saying that. It doesn't make sense what you're saying, Jim, and it doesn't help.
But yeah, that does kind of suck.
Well, it sounds...
You see what I'm saying here?
It sounds very interesting, but it also sounds like you're being a little bit of a panicky Pete.
But
I don't think it would help Compound Media. I think that I really do. I think that the bigger ones would make sure, like CNN Online, MSN, like they would make sure guys like you who don't have this fucking completely who's not in line might not get the speed that they want.
The libertarian point
That sounds
of view,
like an antitrust issue.
The libertarian point of view is to not have the government have their hands on internet at all.
anything.
Let the market dictate, which I totally get.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
And I usually go there. But in this case, because all these giant corporations are the ones controlling it,
Man.
they're all going to work together.
He might be right about that, though. I hate to say it.
Might be.
Oh, hold on. Someone's saying that you're wrong, Sam.
Okay,
or maybe
good.
he's saying you're right.
Explain to me.
Hold on. Look at the little mouse. Guys, I'm doing the mouse thing. It's not going.
I see it there.
Hold on now. Hold on. Let's get this little guy. Mike in New Jersey. Talk at the boys.
Mike.
Hey, Mike.
Hey. Look, Sam, a couple of years ago, we didn't have net neutrality, and none of that happened.
Yeah.
All these big companies...
Here's the difference. You just said, a minute ago, Anthony, you just said the cable companies are failing because of this tiered program because people aren't buying cable, right? So how are the cable companies going to make their money back from the fact that people are going to internet instead of cable? They're going to get you to pay more for internet.
Okay, maybe he's right, Mike. Maybe Sam's right.
With the way net neutrality works is they want everybody treated equally, so you can't have fast lanes. What they're not telling you is people like Google and Amazon have already built their own infrastructure. They already have fast lanes. What net neutrality does is it crushes their competition. Right? That whole idea of tiered service, that meme that went around from Portugal, that was about cell phone service, not home internet. They're not going to want to do that to you because, the idea is if you have net neutrality, that would actually be worse for Anthony than not because now he's going to get slowed down to be able to levels that, a regular website might have. It's not beneficial to him.
Let me ask you.
You already have fast lanes. That's not going to change.
Somebody is saying they can block specific sites. Colleen and Mass, I'm just gonna quote your thing here. They can block specific sites that you can get for free.
Yes, meaning that an internet provider can decide without net neutrality.
Out of the fucking blue! Just to charge you for a website or whatever.
Or not. Or we don't even, you can't, if you have whatever internet provider, you can't get to Compound Media on our thing because it's hate speech.
Hate speech.
Yeah, but that would be stupid because there's too much competition. Just by me, I could go to cable, I could go to Fios. I've got 5 different cell phone providers. If somebody starts shutting you off, the market will correct that.
You know what, Mike? I don't know about that because a lot of times cable companies don't step on each other's territory. Like you have Comcast, you have Time Warner, and they all deal with certain areas. And in New York, Fios is not available everywhere. Fios is available in a lot of buildings, but there's places that don't have Fios.
Yeah, Fios isn't available in a lot of places. A lot of buildings aren't wired for it.
They're just not wired for it, too, yeah.
You have to invest in it. Most places don't have more than 2, maybe 3 television providers max. You're saying
His name's not Max, it's Mike.
You're saying that where you can still get to the websites on your cell phone because you'll have this. AT&T, which also owns DirecTV, is now one thing. So it's not. So the cell phone providers are in bed with those corporations, and even if they weren't, you're telling me that you're going to go to T-Mobile in your house where your service sucks to get things that you used to need Wi-Fi for?
Comment, sir?
What I'm saying is, if you look right now, you'll see that different providers are doing things like they're giving you free Netflix, or they're giving you free Hulu, or AT&T's giving you free DirecTV. These guys are giving you more stuff. The reason you have these localized monopolies is partially because of the government. So your idea to fix that is to give government more control of the internet. What has the government ever run that they haven't fucked up? I mean, literally, they screw up everything they touch. Think of it this way.
Explain to me how have cable companies not done that? What cable company has ever run a television cable company that you haven't been like, this sucks? There's no cable provider.
I love Fios.
Only compared to what everything else is.
Yeah, Fios is just better.
It just happens to be better.
And,
it still sucks.
And by the way, in my house, I lose internet on the terrace, and I lose it in my bedroom.
Exactly. So you're dependent on your internet provider.
I have to get a fucking booster in my house.
A little booster. Yeah, little booster.
I'm not saying that. It's nothing that what we have now is perfect. It does suck. There's a lot of holes, and there's more things to be fixed. We're better off deregulating so you have competition than we are regulating more and killing more competition, because net neutrality will end up just killing more competition.
I don't know, man. I agree with you about the government, but there are times where they do put things in place. Like, the government is not 100% wrong. There are times when they do regulate what business can do, and businesses are cunts.
And we're not talking about mom and pop services. We're talking about massive multi-conglomerate corporations that are
businesses. All right, thank you very much, Mike. Appreciate it. All right, righto. Hold on. Drop the call. I do hate this mouse. This mouse sure is getting cheesy.
Yeah, what do you got there?
Shut up.
Cheesy mouse.
I got it.
You heard what I said?
Yes, I heard your tale.
You tell me which.
Any one of them.
Go ahead. Which one, Sam? You name a number.
Well, I don't want it because they're like saying Sam is right. I'm going to go to line 8. Sounds awesome to me, but
sounds like
I'm happy to argue.
Bunch of retards on the phone.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Something. Peter in Canada. What's up?
Hey guys, how are you?
If we were any better, it would be a sin. Go ahead, Petey.
if there was ever a time to listen to Sam, this is the time to do it. I know no one wants to listen to Sam.
Why would you say
Sorry,
it?
Sam.
Why? I mean, you're not sorry.
Because
You just said it.
You are absolutely right, Sam.
Yeah, I know.
Absolutely right.
I usually
and
am.
Anthony, you guys should be calling your congressman saying net neutrality
so
is
busy.
Yeah, well, you know what? That's going to be a problem when you're pixelated. You and Artie are doing nothing but sitting there stunting your growth, waiting for something to load.
I got a 1.4 KD on Battlefield 1. I got to keep that
you
up.
left the eye out.
You go big. John, you guys know that John Oliver thing on net neutrality? I know he's liberal media, but he did an excellent segment on net neutrality, and it's absolutely correct what Sam is saying.
I can't watch him because he's an idiot.
He is very well researched.
Don't watch him, listen
but I
to him,
hate
man.
him.
Thank you, Peter.
Yeah, but
Thanks.
just listen to him.
All right,
Thanks, Sam.
Petykins.
You're right, buddy.
Thanks, Petykins.
Our neighbor to the north.
We should go to line 4, John in New Jersey, because I have a theory on this too. I dove into this on my YouTube program.
John in New Jersey.
Hey, important question here. What's going to happen to the porn sites?
Okay, this is one of my big theories here because everybody, right? So, on cable, how often do you see porn?
Hold on a second.
Okay.
You know, it's funny.
Okay, good.
What I think would happen
I
is
was
that
hoping there'd
cable,
be an anecdote.
occasionally they do show porn on
Right.
cable. So I think now they would just start showing it on cable and you'd have to buy it on cable.
No, here's what it is. You're never going to get the type of porn on cable you can get on your fucking phone.
So here's what's going to happen.
Thank God.
You have to pay for porn on cable, right? You have to get, like, for real, unless it's like Skinemax, you have to pay for porn, and it's not that. So,
it's not.
If you can tear off the internet legally, you're going to have to pay a whole bunch of money
for the excise
to get the porno package, which means that for like you and me, it's like, okay, you get the porno package, whatever. But for teenagers that are just trying to jerk off, for the fucking under 30s that live with their parents that work here that really just need to jerk off, they now have to go to mom and say, can you please get the porno package? For husbands that are pussy whipped and can't watch porn, they have to go to their wives and say, can we get the porno package, please?
You honestly think they're going to tear off like specific things on the internet for a la carte? And how is that even done?
They can block. They can IP block. I mean, and they can location block and geo block. I saw. Yeah, they might.
But like,
there's other countries where it's happening. Like there's a social media package, there's a video package, there's a
in
music
countries
package.
that have fucking, they don't want you're talking about the government or anything.
Well, now you'll have to, if they can charge you more legal, I mean, why wouldn't they? Especially since the cable companies are failing.
So it's like, here's I have basic internet. So all I can get is like what? What is it? 1990
email
again?
and chat rooms.
It's fucking AOL again.
Sure.
Email and chat rooms and
back
AOL
in the good old days.
Before that Chris Hansen guy.
Yeah, I'd go over there and mind everyone's beeswax. Tell them buzz off.
I think I'm right about this one.
I don't know. That seems pretty extreme. That seems
how
like...
else are they going to do it?
Like right now, you just go on and you go to any website. You could go to somebody's fucking MySpace page from 15 years ago.
Because no company's got control over the internet. Because they're not allowed to.
And I don't think any company really can get that at this point.
Because they're not allowed to, because of net neutrality.
No, I don't even think they're capable logistically of doing that. I really don't
Anthony,
think
it's the future. It's the future.
I know. It's
you
crazy.
are doing a video show from your house whenever you want to. Like, I'm doing video shows from my house.
I know. It's
and
crazy.
I'm friends with both of you.
Yes.
I guess that's true. But like, and it's so easy. That's how I found out how easy it was. I was like, if I can do it, this is easy. That's how I know we're in the future.
Yeah, we are in the future.
We're in the Isn't it fun, Jim?
It really
crazy.
is. Hey,
you're almost at the point where you can get Wi-Fi on your terrace.
Somebody wants to help me. Bo in North Carolina. How do you? What's up, buddy?
Hey, what's up, Jimmy?
Hey, how are you, Bo? Had a little trouble getting the old internet in the old bedroom. A little trouble with the old sperm bank. And I bought myself, hold on now, Bo. I bought myself a couple of repeaters.
Oh.
Tried to plug a little joker in, it just didn't take.
Aw.
Well, let me tell you about those repeaters. What they do is they only push half the speed to those areas. So what you need is a home network like an Orbi.
Let me ask you, what's better? What's better, using my FiOS router or using like an Apple router that I used to use?
The router is your problem. You need
Yeah,
to
neither
change
one of
that
those.
Out, put like an Orbi system where you put satellite systems around your house, and it pulls the exact same power to those areas.
Yeah,
so you'll have
he's right.
jack-off Wi-Fi all over your place.
It's more than repeaters. It's like you set up a brand new network that's a network just for your apartment, and then you can place these things that talk to each other in different areas.
That sounds very noisy. I'm trying to sleep. Yapping.
That's all I need. Oh God, the Orbi. Did you hear what the Orbi said? He talked to the other Orbi. I couldn't get it. I couldn't doze off.
They won't let me get a word in edgewise.
So wait, would I still be using Verizon Fios?
Yes, you don't have to change your provider. You just would change your the network itself, the
A
data.
good provider. But who sets this up? I don't know how to set up an Orbi.
Anybody could do it.
Take 10 minutes. It's easy as hell.
But wait, would I still keep my original router?
You could.
No.
Hold on,
is the router and 2 satellites? You put those up, and you've got the same internet speed throughout your mansion of an apartment.
Is using this? No. It's the funny thing is, it's literally I walk
He
into
he lives in the penthouse.
into my hall. No, but I mean it's a 5 feet away thing.
Oh my
The
goodness.
terrace is right there, and it just dies. There's something to do with the paned glass, that with double pane glass in the city
Really?
that fucking kills it.
Have
Yeah,
you tried jumping off?
Believe me, no.
Put one of the satellites right at
peeked.
the patio door, and you'll have no problem.
Yeah.
But I won't. Is that the same as using the old Mac routers? Like,
No.
I'm no. Hold on. I'm asking. Like,
No. ORBI. Google it.
I know. I am. I'm looking at.
It's not the
Can I
Mac.
still use? Can I still use my my time machines from Mac?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I mean, you could probably
Just
plug it
change
in,
your
but
router.
just
Yeah.
no, you got that's it. You're using outdated technology, though.
Time machines are outdated for backing up your computer. Pickles.
The will be happy in all your rooms.
So someone who's I don't know how to set the Orbi up,
It's
dude.
really easy.
It's not easy. I'm not good at this.
I did it at my parents' house. It's so easy.
You did it for the rents?
Yeah, I did it for the rent.
All right.
You take your
Thank
router,
you, Bob.
throw
Thank
it
you.
in the fucking garbage.
Right.
You take what wires were going into your router and you plug them into your Orbi.
That's it. And then you move the Orbi over here. They talk to each other silently.
Oh,
But
Christ.
wait a minute. How do I put one outside? Well, hold on now. I'm being regular guy, commercial guy. How do I? Hold on. Hold on. That's the Orbi question.
jeez.
How do I get it outside for the Orbi to communicate? I tried it one time. I plugged it in a fucking router. The thing didn't work.
Oh, shit.
Give one of these dopey kids $50.
Oh, yeah, and then all of a sudden they come in, they know my password. They go to use the Orbi.
Oh, shit.
They can't use the Orbi if they're not in your apartment.
That's right.
Sure they can.
You don't want anybody
No, they can't.
They're down on the
invading your
street.
network.
No, you're not. You can't reach it for. You're way up high.
What if they're on the roof? But they're on the
maybe,
roof.
maybe if they went to the rough, then
Yeah.
they could use it. Yeah, you're right.
They're on the roof using my Wi-Fi.
You're right. No,
How do I
you're
use
right.
the Orbi? Talk at me, Sam. How do
I'm
I do
not
it?
going to- no.
How do I put an Orbi outside on the balcony?
I'm not-
Where it don't get wet.
Here's what you do.
My Orbi's gonna get wet.
You stop
Don't want a better Orbi.
farting.
What?
You stop farting.
Where can I get an Orbi from? Tell me.
Best Buy, wherever you want.
How many do you buy at one time?
What the fuck? Right here. You get off the website, yeah.
No,
you
but I
get
don't wanna
See it right there. It's
you
a
get one
Orbi.
thing, and then for your apartment, you would probably get 2 of the Orbi repeaters.
I never want to hear the word Orbi
That's
again,
too
though.
much.
I'm hearing Orbi way too much.
So I use one Orbi, and then the repeaters are that you place all over the place.
I don't know why I even talk about net neutrality. I mean,
I'm asking. I really want to use
we
the
haven't gotten
Orbi.
a full grasp on cable
And
yet.
can you bring one outside and then plug it into an outlet outside? Is that what happens? Is that how this works?
Sure.
And then the
Plug
other.
it into any outlet. I don't care
Okay.
if it's outside or inside.
But that's how it works.
Yeah, I mean,
And it cables the whole darn thing.
I don't know.
it doesn't cable. You don't wire them all together. There's wireless technology.
Yes.
But you do have to plug them into the wall because you need power.
But I already got repeaters and they ain't working.
They're not repeaters. You're using Apple stupid
No,
things.
I'm not using them. I'm just using my router for my.
Wait, you have to create a new network with the Orbi
I
system.
don't know how to create a network.
It's really easy.
I'm just
I
a
forgot
boy.
about technology, Jim.
Anthony knows how
Oh
to
my
create a network.
God.
I don't.
It's very easy.
I'm just a lump of shit.
One of the idiots in that room that answers the phones or whatever.
Wow.
$50 to come to your apartment. They'll buy the Orbi.
But they won't ever get anything done after all the fucking.
Oh my God.
But Rob doesn't know how to do that shit.
Any of them do. Nico could do it.
No, he couldn't.
Nico's nodding. He's going, yo.
No, he couldn't.
Yo.
I know
Good
that
luck.
Orbi.
All right, let me ask. Where's fucking handsome Rob?
360.
I hear photographer. I hear fucking cameras going off.
Yeah.
Rob could probably go to your house right now, and it could be ready by the time you get home.
man.
No, he couldn't.
Easily.
My fucking
Crazy.
housekeeper there. Hold on a second.
Rob, you get-
Hold on a second. Let's talk to this strapping young buck in the sweater. Hold on, kid.
Hey, how's it going?
If I was any better, it'd be a sin. Talk to me about Orbit. Do you know how to do it?
I mean, I could figure it out.
It's really basic.
I'm sure
dude.
I could figure it out.
It's really basic.
Yeah.
No, but I already got my fucking. You'd have to go behind my thing.
I can do that. I'm small.
Behind
Limber.
your
I mean, my
thing.
ball bag.
Can you wire it through my taint?
Yeah, you have to go to my Vas Deverns.
It looks pretty simple.
It's really easy.
Yeah,
No,
they
but I
don't
got-
look
I-
like
they-
a lot of parts.
I have an entertainment cabinet. I do. We have to pull it out. It's on wheels, and my fucking my Verizon things are in there.
My Verizon.
So what are you gonna do? Put the Orbi in where the Verizon things are?
Yeah, you would take the wherever your router is.
Netgear is what I have.
Unplug your modem.
I have
And
Netgear.
throw it
There's
off the
four-
balcony.
There's literally 4 steps.
It's
I have
the
Netgear. It didn't work.
easiest thing. It's not. God
It's
damn it!
not-
What are you talking about Netgear for?
Because it says right there, Netgear Orbi Wi-Fi systems.
It's
That's
a
why.
it's an Orbi Wi-Fi system.
That's an ad. That's an ad for
I
Best
hate
Buy
when they
thing.
get you.
Yeah,
right?
they try
Make
and
you click
yeah,
on
they try
that.
and
Hey,
get you
it
to
worked.
click on it.
You gotta scroll down a few.
Click-a-bait. It worked. It worked. So I don't know who's gonna help me out here.
Hey, Rob's your boy, right? He does your shit for you, right?
I can help you.
Rob is a good boy. Yeah, we gotta get Rob paid.
You give him $50 to do it.
Why $50? You don't establish his price. How much you want to come over and do it?
I'll do whatever you want to pay.
And how about this? In a pair of like saran wrap spandex singlet. Yes. How much to do it in a saran wrap singlet? Yeah, that would, dude. I've tried to do it, and I pulled my cabinet out the other night, and I just realized it's overwhelming, and I pushed it back in.
You just got crazy looking at all the wires.
Yes,
and,
I did.
Oh,
I don't know what I'm doing.
It's just crazy.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Why do you try to do any of this?
Seems
stuff?
pretty easy.
It's escaped you, Jim. It's past.
No, it hasn't.
It has
Technology's
passed.
What are you
tough.
talking about? Success in show business? It did slip through my fingers like a tube of butter.
Tube. The second he has to do anything with like an IP address, though, it would just be over.
It's really easy, dude.
So Orbi would there'd be an Orbi flying off the balcony. Somebody would be struck and killed by an Orbi.
There sure is. Believe me, I've already thought of the concierge. Make sure there's no one out front. Something's coming flying off this balcony in 10 seconds. Clear the area.
So how much would you want? Set your price.
$50 sounds good.
Wow.
50.
Yeah.
50 bucks.
Especially, it seems pretty easy.
Yeah, it's very easy. It's an
Yeah.
easy 50.
I could use $50.
Yeah, who can't?
And dinner.
And dinner.
Wow.
Ooh, and dinner.
Yeah.
At Mendy's.
Dinner, how about
the
this?
soup.
I'll give you a Swanson Hungry Man in a bag. Just get it home before it thaws out. A Swanson Hungry Man dinner.
What?
Do you remember Swanson dinners?
Oh, are they terrible? The
I loved a
worst-
good Swanson dinner.
You know what was bad about the Swanson dinners? Cutting into it after you're all psyched. It took forever to cook in the oven, and you take a spoonful of that turkey and it's frozen still.
I hated
in the
that.
middle. It was the worst. You're like, fuck.
Because the cobbler would be very hot.
That was like lava. Yeah. And then the stuffing and turkey would be frozen.
It would be one, you'd put your fork in the stuffing and you'd pull it out, and you'd have a fucking perfectly geometrically shaped hunk of stuffing. It's like, your mother's cunt.
That trapezoid shaped of gravy.
I'd say it out loud, your mother's cunt. My father wouldn't even look up and go, I hear you, pal. And then we'd laugh and have stuffing fights.
And I hated when the corn or something got into the cobbler. Ugh. Like somehow.
Oh, I would hate that too.
Isn't that terrible?
Yeah, you have to wipe your dick off and apologize to the cobbler.
A mulata cobbler.
Cobbler, make my shoes and shit fit.
Cobbler. Yeah, how'd that happen?
You know, while Rob's here, we might want to take a break before we do it, I guess.
Dude, you ain't kidding.
Okay, all right, fine.
We have in studio.
Okay.
I'm trying to show off that I do a good job here.
You don't.
I fucking. I'm trying to show you, Anthony.
You don't do a good job.
Believe me, because when I'm
Osberg, right ahead.
no, because if I'm unemployed, I want to know that I can do this. All right, we got Rob here with a sweater.
Okay,
Sam,
good.
comment.
It's good. Okay.
Go on now.
Last time Anthony was in,
Yes.
our Anthony, Shitloaf Anthony, was sitting in Troy's chair, and
oh my God,
I was listening
Did he
to the
enjoy
show.
the show?
Right. I was listening to the show, and I was like having a great time listening to it. I told Jim I was listening like a fan. It was terrific.
You were driving or something.
I was getting on an aeroplane. But I did notice as I was listening that every time you guys opened your mouth, it was
really?
It was like watching Ray Liotta in the scene with Tommy on a loop.
So maybe when we get back, don't play it now. But Rob decided to put together a montage.
Wow.
He videos the show, you know.
Yes, he does. He's a good boy.
So Rob decided to put together a montage of our own Anthony overreacting.
Very cool.
To your guys' jokes.
Very
By
exciting.
the way, what a piece of shit I felt like. It was such a great show in the Wellmont, and Rob came, and I would have got you free tickets. You're a friend.
Well, yeah, I know, but I bought them a while ago.
All right, but I didn't know. I would have paid.
What a fucking brown nose.
No, I know, but I would only any staff members, of course, I would never have. But I get this text. Did I tell you this text? I was I felt so.
The only reason he texted you was because he wanted to make sure you knew that he paid to see you.
No, that's not true.
What a fucking brown
I wanted to
nose.
introduce my fiance to my boss.
I get this text from handsome Rob.
That could be a mistake.
Yeah.
I get this text. Hey Jim, great show. It was awesome. I want to introduce you to my fiance if you are free. And I responded 27 minutes later as I was pulling back into New York. I felt so bad. I literally didn't see it.
That's okay. Don't worry
awful.
about it.
This poor guy's probably like, yeah, my buddy.
No, he'll be right out. Yeah. She's like, yeah, do you actually work there?
I felt awful. So my apologies sincerely to Rob. I would have gladly had you back as my guest.
Please, don't
Just
worry
an employer-employee thing.
Yeah.
There's no.
I'm going to be in Chicago, Thalia Hall this Friday night.
He's a suck up.
No, he's a good boy. This Friday.
Travis, you think he's a suck up?
Oh yeah.
Did you ever? You never have paid for tickets back in the day, right?
No.
Hey, why
Jim,
not? You
just so
paid
you
for
know-
you too. You paid for fucking
you too.
You paid for Jay Z.
Because Jim's on the level of U2 and Jay Z. I think that's
What
right.
show do you want to come to, Tef? Do you want to come out to Chicago?
No, I'm good. See it every morning.
That is true. Fucking best seats in the house.
It's right there through the glass.
Lucky devil.
Ugh.
Do you ever wake up and just go, God, my job is to go to a great show every day?
No.
All right, and Anthony is, of course, the Compound Media, Anthony and Artie, every day 4 to 6, a great show. I'm doing it next week. I tried to do it this week, but I was told by the booker that there was only one day they were flexible.
I don't know what's going on. I've had
She
people
means well.
get so crazy with the dates and everything, and I don't pay attention to that part of it. That's how I'm able to do this whole
I
thing.
told her I'm just going to
delegating
I
responsibility.
said I'll just text Anthony.
That's all you got to
directly.
do. Yeah.
And then coming up next, we got Stuttering John coming in. You guys are buddies, right?
Oh, that's fantastic. We're great friends. What a dick.
I caught the tail end of that. I went back and there is nothing better than going back and watching a Twitter fight that's already happened because you have everything in front of you.
It's like you could binge it.
I went back. I read the tweets.
It was like a Netflix.
I tried to find his podcast. I watched your guys' videos.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, I need a refresher on all of this.
He just loses his mind. He's so sensitive for somebody that fancies himself a comic.
Are you feeling his wrath?
Yeah, he said, I will feel his wrath. And I don't even know what the fuck that means.
He was getting all the comedians that he knows and all the people that are fans of his to stop doing your show altogether, right?
Right, wow.
So have you seen that in the business?
Not the fucking peep out of anybody. All of his tweets get like 2 favorites, and I honestly believe it's people that inadvertently clicked it when they were just trying to close it.
Who started that thing?
That was John. Me and Artie are busting his balls on the show. That's what we do. It's what people that are friendly and funny do to each other. And he takes it seriously. He takes the slightest little bash you give him in jest, and then turns it into just a fucking terminal insult that just destroys any. You don't even want to have him in the same room.
He says, I've always gotten along with John. There was one time on Twitter he thought I said something I didn't say, and he
Was he all like, "You're a fucking asshole"?
Well, he's mentioned something. I heard they were shitting on me, and I'm like, John, you know me. You could have just texted me. I would have just told you, like, He apologized, but I mean, I'm like, it didn't happen. So sometimes I think he reads things a little wrong.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
like he gets, like he thinks you're shitting on him. It's like, nah, dude, just
you bust his balls a little. He's a fucking mental patient. He's out of his fucking mind.
Have you guys talked since?
No, fuck him. I'm done with him.
You are?
Just done. He's such an asshole.
You have him back on the show?
Yeah, I might do that.
Because I want to hear more about it. I want to break. I hate to say it like I'm a fucking Harry host, but we've been on for an hour 35. I don't want to cut short at the end. The great Anthony Cumia, of course.
Thank you.
Anthony will be doing Chip Chipperson tonight.
He's very excited, yes.
Yeah, very excited. We have a couple of, it seems like Rich Voss we're finally getting in.
That'd be nice.
Yeah, Voss who's avoided it for a long time.
Of course.
Do we have Voss coming on here tomorrow?
We do.
That's definitely happening, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And we want to watch Cackling Anthony when we come back, and we can also talk about the Anthony Stuttering John War, and Troy can explain that thing he's wearing.
He's in style.
Oh, no, it's a condom. I didn't recognize it.
Oh.
All right. We'll be back in a jiff, gang. Oh, I thought I had to do a read, Travis.
No, we're going to do it later.
Okay, I have a read for Ring.
On Compound Media. With Artie Lang. By the way, I was thinking, who are we talking about? With Ron Bennington. How funny is it for you to be the guy in the role with the co-host who kind of strolls
is unpredictable
in late and is fairly unpredictable in terms of how he's handling himself off the show?
I'm the responsible guy.
Right. Now, do you end up feeling sympathy for maybe a co-host of the past, or do you realize, like, this really isn't that big of a deal? Who cares?
No, I don't. It doesn't bother me in the least.
It doesn't.
Literally, if Artie didn't show up for a day or 2 days even or that, I would do my show. I don't care. It doesn't bother me at all. Yeah, because some people were like going like, oh, I'm glad Anthony finally sees what it's like.
Right.
It's like,
who said that?
I see what it's like. A couple of assholes, I guess, on fucking Twitter.
Right.
But it's like, no, I don't even think about it. I'll start the show. Artie comes in 5-10 minutes late.
Right.
And it's like, hey, Artie, what's up? Well, I was just talking about this, and we start the show with Artie. Like, it doesn't bother me at all.
So you see what it's like and are almost vindicated because you're like, this is not a big deal.
It wasn't a big deal. Because quite frankly, if I walked in and sometimes it was literally 3 minutes late, like the show had started 3 minutes ago, there was no reason to get all fucking pissy. That always got me irked when Jimmy would do that to me.
I certainly would.
Well, wait a
I'd
minute.
give him a good scolding.
You mean punctual PD, Jim Norton? If he can get here on time, he doesn't see why you.
I was just like, oh, thank God I'm not stuck here alone.
Okay.
And that was another thing that bugged the shit out of me. I'm fucking humping every day from Long Island.
Yeah.
And some people had a fucking giant retard pick them up every morning and drive them into work.
That's not true.
I can't be here on time? Meanwhile, literally knocking on the door. Come on. Fuck that. And then I'm the piece of shit. Get out of here. No, I don't. If Artie, when Artie's late, I don't care.
You know,
we put the picture of the milk carton with his picture on it. And I'll be like, that's it. And then he comes flying in and he's goddamn fucking hilarious. So.
Were you at all concerned at the Bennington Thanksgiving show? I asked Ron the same thing when you were on stage and we had started our bit. And
right.
Earlier in the evening, Artie had been backstage.
Yes.
And then he disappeared until halfway through the segment.
It was an amazing magic act that he did. He absolutely disappeared, vanished into thin air. He showed up at the perfect time, though.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right when we needed him. To read back the questions because he was supposed to be off stage for that part of the segment. Then he showed up and it was like, all right, it worked. I don't know how, but that's it.
Yeah.
Artie's in my care for 2 hours a day.
And that's it.
That's it.
The other 22 hours he's on his own. He's probably not going to bed at a responsible hour.
I wouldn't think he was.
What's a responsible hour if the show starts at 4 p.m.?
I'd say 8 a.m.
That's why it starts at 4 p.m.
It is nice to sleep in, isn't it?
It's the greatest thing ever. I could give a shit what is happening on this earth of ours before 2 I don't care.
We used to get up pretty early to work out and stuff, don't you?
Yeah, on Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
What's pretty early?
11 o'clock.
That's not pretty early.
Oh.
No,
that's not pretty
it's not pretty early. It's earlier than I usually do.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's that. And then I go. It is odd because I'll get home and then just stay up until 4 a.m.
Yeah, I was thinking about that.
5 sometimes
when I was doing nights, and I'd get home at like 2 o'clock in the morning, and then I would stay up until 4.
Oh, it's great.
It's kind of awesome.
It is, but it's also like you realize how alone you are at that hour. I get very buggy. I like it for a week, a few days, but then after a while, I'm like, oh yeah, this is what this is. It's crazy.
I have a cat. It's fucking awesome.
Beavis?
I don't need to. Yeah. I don't need anybody there.
Right.
I can imagine if anybody was able to hear inside the house, though, at 4 a.m. where I'm playing video games and just yelling, "Oh, fucking bullshit!"
You yell at the
motherfucker! Yeah.
Does your girlfriend get up in the morning? Does she have a morning schedule?
Yeah, she doesn't live there though. She's there, weekends and stuff, but she's got a place.
It sucks when somebody has to get up in the morning and you want to stay up all night, or vice versa.
Oh, it doesn't even fucking. But I can fall asleep at the drop of the proverbial hat. I have no problem sleeping. If I'm awakened,
is that because you're heavily intoxicated?
Right back to sleep. It is called passing out, right?
Yeah, I think that's the colloquial term.
No, not even. Not even if I haven't been drinking. I just.
So, like, you'll be able after the show this morning.
Yeah.
You'll be able to go to your place in the city and just lay down for a nap and go to sleep.
I will go to the apartment. I will lay down. I will put on the TV and out like a light. I'll set the alarm and wake up, and at like 3. I'll be at the studio by 3:30 and do my show at 4.
Do you know, last night laid in bed, went to bed a little later than I should have, but not much, and I laid there and all of a sudden my nose got stuffed. Dude, it was fucking, if I sat up I was fine. As soon as I put my head down, it was like someone shoved 2 cocks in my nostril.
Again?
I was fucking tossing and turning for hours. I could not breathe.
That's tough when you have that going for you.
For no reason.
Have you figured out? I think we've talked about it before, but it's definitely not psychosomatic.
No. I mean, the doctor told me I know what the problem is. He basically said you're a cunt-faced idiot.
Right.
No, I got to get more surgery.
Oh, God.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's not draining properly.
What do they got to do? Draining where?
In my sinuses, you have 3 cavities on each side, and it's just not.
We'll get them filled.
I should. No, they're already filled. I got to get them unfilled. It's funny you should say that.
I see that.
The irony's so thick you can cut it with a knife.
That's not irony.
It is irony.
No, it isn't.
Sure it is.
It's not what that means.
Should we watch Cackling Anthony?
Do you want to?
I do.
Oh, let me
For a
see
minute,
this.
Yeah.
Okay,
He was enjoying the show.
This was Shitloaf. He was sitting in last time Anthony was in. I guess there was a camera on him, and apparently everything that you guys said, he just way overdid it with the laughing.
I defy you to finish this video.
How long is the video total?
It's almost 3 minutes.
Wow.
Why, Travis? Why don't you think we can finish it?
It just becomes skin-crawlingly embarrassing.
Anthony's right behind you now. Anthony, do you agree with that?
Do you want him to sit in here and watch it?
Do you want me to come in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
And this isn't even the whole show. Rob stopped.
Did he?
Stop doing
So
it.
Travis, you think it's?
I've attempted to watch it 3 times.
We've been trying to go a little Anthony light lately. Anthony Shitloaf light.
But this one was, Rob did some production.
Yeah.
So bad.
Yeah, it's not
How
good.
long did you get through?
30 seconds.
Really?
Oh, wow.
It's just not.
30 seconds is probably a long time
long
when
time.
it's this, right?
Do you think we're being hypercritical of you, Anthony?
No, it's definitely 3 minutes of me just cackling like an idiot.
No, I mean, I know what it is, but do you think that we're being hypercritical of you to criticize it?
No. I mean, look at me. I look like an idiot. You should criticize it.
I look like
Okay.
We got that drop.
Yeah, can I have that on my board, please?
Yeah.
Put it on mine too.
No, we'll just do no.
Oh, God.
Just do mine.
Flashbacks.
Double drops.
Oof. Oh, that was always well. I could go into this all day.
Right.
Oh, God. Yeah, that would have been timely.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was. I could hear the one I was hitting over the one you hit.
Oh, you thought sometimes it was double buttons?
I honestly used to really try to think out the ones I was, not just randomly hit them to make noise.
You mean you were trying to create something and not be like, let's just say somebody with Asperger's and a hammer at a piano?
Yeah. Yeah.
You caught the shit poop.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, guys?
Oh, God.
Language, young man.
Oh.
Wow. Yeah.
Rough?
It was rough.
Was it?
Would you ever get annoyed?
Constantly.
Should have said something.
Oh, just biting my tongue.
Oh, he would.
Cashing my check.
He would?
Oh,
Sure.
yeah. I would say stuff. Not
Sure.
then and there.
Oh.
Nice dip in the pool.
Oh, is that right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, boy.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Some discussions.
Oh.
Those were always good.
So some of the stuff later wasn't a surprise to you, Jim?
Not or me or any of the neighbors.
Oh, wow. Jeez.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
All right.
Wow.
Let's see a little. I just want to see this for a second. I
Oh,
don't think
God, this is going to be terrible.
Can you hear me and Anthony talking or anybody talking?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. On the way home from
Sam's wedding, I couldn't get a rod. Anthony was a fucking animal. Anthony was a fucking face in the neck animal.
Soda Pop Club.
The Soda Pop Club.
Compound Media. So it was full of this. Oh. Wow.
I got a name.
Yeah, exactly. But that's it. Can we go to Riotcast YouTube?
Yeah.
Frank Stallone. No, it's. Hey, I'm sorry.
He still is that
All right,
guy.
pause.
I love a good
He's
Frank.
just-
I love a good Frank Stallone impression.
No, what I hate is your
clap.
fucking hand clap where you grasp the left one with the right one.
Yeah.
Where you clap it and then you grasp it like heavens to Betsy. Oh, heavens
Yeah.
to Betsy.
Did you like the part that Rob left in where Anthony is just waiting attentively for you to say something? And then he Googles what you asked him to Google?
Oh, so like he's not Googling as the show goes on. He's just waiting with his hands hovering above the keyboard.
He was a fan.
Well, no, I
that
have a
day.
defense there. I looked at the wrong thing, and you said no. Just go to just go to the media. So I was looking at something, and then
You know what I didn't like too much?
Oh no.
The very beginning of it when he's looking at you like his eyes are wide and his eyebrows are up like, we both know where you're going. Give it to me. Give it to me. Ah, you did it. You did it.
No, it's. Oh, heavens to Betsy.
Oh, my.
The one grasp. Now let's see a little more. Hopefully he doesn't do that again.
Yeah. Sheet metal.
Do you like anal sex? What's that? Do you like anal sex? No. Okay.
Did it again.
I love that. The question is, do you like anal sex? And Anthony had this look on his face like, this is outrageous.
I can't believe he just asked that.
What show am I working for?
Can you rewind?
guys?
Can you rewind that moment, which bothers me more than 9/11 footage?
Is that right?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Oh, there it is.
Get over it.
True shit.
Yeah.
Security guard on a job site. Oh, wow, the double clap.
Yeah. Double clack, sock cucka. And
Just to know she's gonna yeah.
she politely laughs because you're tipping, and she'll be like, oh, and I laugh, and I ramp it up, like, you know, and it's just so uncomfortable.
It's so embarrassing.
You laughed at a weird time.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you get it? There's a lot of often wonder. 6,000,008 alive people. Fuck, oh, turn it down. Professional coming. Why'd you hit Nick?
But how do you get out of it?
He put his hands up like, oh, watch out. Not me. Not this guy. Hey, oh.
Travis, are you enjoying this?
It's so bad.
Yeah.
We should probably release this video across social media.
I
like
think
Rob says it's ready to go.
Twitter and Instagram and stuff like that.
What should we call it?
We don't even need to title it because we could just tweet it out. Like just the video itself. They're not even like a YouTube thing. Just straight across social media. Put it up on the Facebook too.
Crazy viral.
Crazy viral.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this is the one.
Oh, wait, he's hiding?
It's too much. It's too much.
In his
Go ahead,
jacket?
Bella.
You guys were funny.
He's hiding in his jacket.
Everything I can. Oh, sorry, shit. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Social Security number.
He's hugging
Just in
himself.
case. Yes. Young and sweet, only 17. I think he was in. This is Neil Diamond.
I know it is. We asked for Johnny Cash.
Yeah.
8 times.
Oh, great.
I don't know what happened.
Okay, wait. Hit pause. Did Rob just put in a thing of him
Yeah, of
screwing up
course.
just because?
That was a screw up, right?
Rob, some of these, did you just add him screwing up just because you thought it was funny?
Hold on, let me turn you on. You can bring in Ben Bailey.
It's possible, yes.
Okay.
Once, maybe.
He'll join the program.
Yes.
You put it there.
Go for you can keep rolling.
A napkin? Ew. Is your asshole damp?
Ow.
To compare it. No, he didn't. That's a
No.
good. That's a good. That was.
Whoever told you that you could work with men?
Oh, he just wanted to end it on a negative note.
I don't blame him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Hello, Ben.
Hey, how
Have
you
a
doing?
seat.
What's happening?
There he is.
We're just throwing one of our guys under the bus.
Yeah.
Oh, excellent. Let me
Oh,
join
yeah,
in
do
with
you-
that.
It's always fun.
Is Anthony going to stay in? We can let him stay in? No. Okay. You can go. Ben, do you want to sit there?
Yeah,
We'll
you
sit.
can- you can sit
Ben,
here.
sit there. It's a better seat.
It's a better seat?
It is
That's
better.
not
Oh,
the
yeah.
throw under the bus seat?
No.
Okay.
He just got a beating, though. Deserved.
Yeah, well deserved.
That was a repulsive video.
I'm sorry I missed it. Not that I know the guy, but that would have been, I'm always happy to watch
You're
somebody.
just laughing
always good
very
when
hard.
Falling
somebody's
apart a little bit.
Yeah, thrashing about trying to survive.
He's laughing very hard in a very insincere way.
Yeah.
You thought it was insincere?
I found it to be quite insincere, yes.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. Well, welcome, Ben Bailey.
Hey, thanks, man. How's it going, guys? Sorry, I just spilled coffee kind of all over myself right before I came in.
That's fine. Sorry we didn't have you yesterday.
Oh, that's all right, man.
We had, it was just too many people coming at the same hour. I figured today you could come in and join the program.
Cool.
Yeah.
You guys know each other.
Program. I like that.
Yeah, program. That's the old way to say it.
Yeah. Today
The
on
old-
the program.
Yeah.
Pilgrims. Today on the program.
That's right. That's right. It's not spelled. It's never. I don't know why anybody's ever said program. It's not spelled that way.
Program.
It's like saying kettle. It's just old people talk.
Bottle.
Bottle. Yeah.
Bottle.
Lazy
Pass
at
me
the
a
last
bottle.
syllable.
Give me a bottle of Earl.
It's what
Yeah.
old people do.
Earl, yeah.
So yeah, it was fun.
Bottle of
We're
Earl.
going to release. We're showing our guy works for us, kind of fake laughing. Not he was enjoying himself, but overdoing it.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's just-
Overselling the laugh.
You don't have to do that.
Happy to be there, guy.
So is he
Happy to be there, guy.
Yeah.
fired then? Did you guys get rid of him? Or?
Well, no, he's not fired. But we're going to humiliate him on social media.
Right. You weren't sure? You guys just quiet for a second? Right. Well, maybe.
Yeah.
We might fire him.
No, we were debating what to do about it. We don't know because it's not a fireable offense. What happened? He was laughing at the show and nobody believes it.
Right.
That's not a fireable offense.
Right.
Yeah,
We don't trust
agreed,
his
yeah.
emotions.
No.
I think he's insincere and wearing a mask in front of us at
Yeah.
all times.
Yeah, we don't need that. We've dealt with that before. It's
Have you?
Send him away to like a camp or something where you learn how to be sincere.
Is there sincerity
Oh.
camp?
Sincerity
There should be.
camp.
yeah, family camps.
Wow. yeah.
So what happened? By the way, you were telling us what happened to you and John. Him and Stuttering John got into a fight.
Oh,
what
stupid
happened?
stuttering
geez.
John.
An argument or
I just wanted to
like a
finish it
fight
up.
fight?
Twitter, a baby fight. There's
I don't know.
No
There's-
real
There's
contact.
very many tweets. There's
Yeah.
multiple podcasts and video podcasts. There's all kinds of stuff.
Those
There's lots
dumb
of
like
evidence.
Yeah.
Does he
radio
stutter
war
when he's
kind
tweeting?
of things. No, unfortunately. So his tweets are that much more unentertaining.
Right.
At least
Without
when
the-
he's talking, he's stuttering. It's
Anthony said that's really the only reason he's famous at all. It's just
He got
because it's funny
mad
that he stutters.
Because of the stutter? Right.
He got mad because he was playing at the brokerage. I went down to see him at the brokerage. He plugged it on the show.
was nice.
Myself and Artie.
It's great.
And I said, I went on Friday night and I said it was the first time ever that I went to the brokerage and was actually able to park in that little parking lot next to the club.
Was it full?
Right next to the front door.
Yes, it was, and it wasn't the only spot. I didn't get the last spot
Wait, was
in
it-
the postage stamp parking lot next to the
Was
brokerage.
it full or no?
No.
Was it tough to find a
It
table
was-
after you got in? After you parked?
No.
So it wasn't commuters.
Oh, you were just kind of
So I was
joking.
kind of busting his balls a little. And then I said, well, my buddy Vinny was down there hosting the show on Saturday night, and he said it was 2 shows and it was packed.
Right.
So I said that. I was just fucking around with him. And then he just goes off. Fuck you. The wrath will come down on you. Your show
Because you-
sucks.
oh,
This
because you made
sucks.
fun
You
of his-
suck. Yeah.
Because you got
I
a
said
parking
that.
spot.
And then did you apologize and just chalk it up to a misunderstanding?
No.
You didn't.
Why would I do that?
Just
No.
left it open.
No, I
going.
I then because he went nuclear
Yes.
on me and Artie.
Yes.
and then I went nuclear on him and talked about his lack of fathering skills. Perhaps. What else are you gonna do?
That escalated quickly.
It really did.
Put it over a parking spot.
Yeah, was this over a parking?
Just the fact that there was one. Not
Right.
even,
Yeah.
not even you guys fighting over one spot.
No, it was
And then he's a
humiliating.
bad father by the end of it.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Why the father thing? What did he do?
because he's got kids. That's what you do. It doesn't matter. He could be the best dad in the world. It didn't matter at that point. You got to hit him. Because
if I remember correctly, I believe that he started hitting you guys by saying that Your show is very racist.
Yeah, that's what
and
he
that
said.
if people listen to the show, then they are supporting racists.
It's so ridiculous. Artie Lang and myself do a great show. It's not racial. It's not anything.
He did bring up your
he could just take a knee.
Yeah,
That's right.
that's true.
He did bring up
He
your.
could
You guys
just
play
take
the national
knee
anthem at the beginning
every
of the
day.
show, right? Yeah.
At the beginning of every show, we play the national anthem, and yes, he could take a knee.
Yeah. Sometimes if you don't like something, just don't listen to it. That's my take.
Wow,
that really is great.
That's a controversial stance.
Thanks. No, I just wanted to show people that I'm in it. I'm in it deep.
He did bring up some of your
pretty smart though.
previous legal problems too.
Oh
Before
yeah,
the father
yeah.
thing. I think that's.
I only have one previous legal problem.
It's a biggie though.
2 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a biggie. Yeah, I pled that down to nothing.
Right. In the beginning, though, a lot of people just remember the first part.
I know, right?
That sucks, right?
That's all they do.
Yeah. Just when there's a perp walk, that's the part that people
the
like to
worst
remember.
part.
Well, maybe you guys don't make up. I mean, it happens. People argue.
I don't know.
Stuttering John on his Twitter said Anthony Cumia will be getting sued, and then an ellipses, and then he said by me. So
ellipses.
Will soon get sued.
Thanks,
like there's nothing
And then-
he could. Does he know what being a public figure means?
What's he going to sue you for?
And what's he going to sue me for?
I know.
2 weeks ago.
And people who pay for subscriptions, I can understand.
Yeah, what's he going to sue me for?
Well, that was 2 weeks ago. Have you been served with a
I have
summons?
not been. You've been served.
Yeah, I
I've
was
not
wondering what
been
started
served.
it because I kind of saw some of the results. I'm like, it was a back and forth. I was like, what the fuck happened?
Yeah, it's
It was the
ridiculous.
parking. Okay, the parking lot.
He looks pretty angry.
He does, right?
He's got his arms folded there.
It went very nuclear very quickly.
I might have made a total of this whole thing, a couple of weeks now, of 5 tweets, 6 tweets about him. He's tweeted hundreds of tweets.
A great many tweets.
Like it's so ridiculous.
Yeah.
And he blocks everybody, and he blocked me, so I can't even read the tweets threatening to sue me. So
Why is he so mad at you? I mean, just saying he's a bad dad?
He's already told me, he goes, look, John is fucking nuts.
Oh,
And
okay.
he goes, when you bust his balls, he'll come back. Like with Artie, Artie busted his balls about something. Oh, that he looks like El Chapo.
That's funny.
So he looked like El Chapo, and he was calling him Stuttering Juan, which is really funny. And John goes, really? Well, your father fell off a roof and got paralyzed.
I think that's actually a great comeback. That's hilarious.
That's really funny. But like that's what there's no joke to it. He just throws something at you. That's
oh wow.
Is that true about Artie's dad? He fell off a roof.
Yeah.
And got paralyzed.
Yeah. Yes, got.
He caught paralysis.
Picked it up.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll get over it at some point.
It looks like Stuttering John has figured it out. It says that Anthony seems to be obsessed with Stuttering John.
Obsessed with
Maybe because John is the most interesting thing that has ever happened on Anthony's show. Ask the fans, ask Keith. They all know. That's why he goes on everyone else's show to talk about me. That's why he brings me up to every guest on his show.
Well, in fairness, I did ask because I was just curious as to what happened.
Yeah.
Anthony asked you to bring it up, though, in the break.
Can I, off the top of my head, yeah, right? Can I, off the top of my head, bring up something that it was more interesting than John on the show?
Okay.
One time, the cord fell out of the microphone. I plugged it back in. There. That right there. Just off the top of my head, more interesting than John.
Wow, okay.
On the show. And it didn't drink all my beer, which John tends to do during the show.
He does.
Drinks your beer?
Oh, drinks all the beer in the fridge. One time he came in, he wanted to use the studio to tape one of his podcasts in New York. I was like, sure, go ahead. And then
You didn't
Keith
charge
goes,
him?
no.
Wow.
But Keith goes, look, the staff is going to run the thing for you, so if you could take care of them, that'd be fine. He comes in, drinks all the beer in the fridge, leaves the bottles laying around on the floor in the studio, and doesn't give a dime to the staff and leaves.
Oh.
And then he's bitching about when Keith said, well, you didn't give the guys any money. And John's like, oh, I need the guy a tip. What is it now? I got to tip people? It's not a tip. It's fucking,
These
being
guys
a
came in to
decent
help
guy.
you out.
Well, if you pay somebody for their time sometimes, yeah. Like, do you think I want to pay Rob to come over to my house?
No.
Yes.
Help my orbit? No.
John is a cheap fuck.
Of course, you want to pay Rob to come. The same reason you want to pay all the girls that come over to your house.
Oh, that's an excellent point.
Yes, you want to pay them.
That is true.
Yeah, he's just a cheap fuck. But enough about John. Please.
Right.
Yeah.
We got Ben
Let's
Bailey
talk about
here.
the cord.
Yeah.
I asked that of
Tell us what happened
curiosity.
with
that's
that
all.
cord again.
We got the wonderful Ben Bailey here.
Yeah, what are you up to, Ben?
Hey. Cash Cab is back.
It is.
That's why I'm
Ben's
out
got
and about. Yeah.
that show is there. There are a few shows on television that if you're just there's nothing on, you're passing by it, you will stop and watch 20 fucking episodes.
Yeah, it just
and Cash
keeps
Cab
going,
is one
yeah.
of them.
Yeah.
You just stop.
Thanks, man.
It's funny. It's entertaining. Sometimes it's infuriating.
Yeah.
The people are stupid. Sometimes
I've never
Yeah.
gotten an answer right on that fucking show. Never.
You
Never.
would be one of the stupid guys.
I'm
Finally,
for
someone
1600. Dude,
Everybody's
I
like,
never.
I would clean up on that show. I'd get everything right.
Not at all.
I love you. Like I never got a single answer.
Dude, I
right.
suck. I suck.
It is surprising
tough.
how many kind of smart people there are, though, that get in that cab.
Yep.
Because people do pretty well for the most part.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're cutting out. Are you editing out some
lot
real
of losers.
dopes?
A lot of losers.
losers.
What,
Well, I
how
wouldn't
many
say
years
we're
were you
cutting
off?
out a lot of losers, but we were off for 5 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
And what happened? Someone they called you in and said, wow, we want to bring it back.
Said, hey, yeah, we're doing it again.
And they had other hosts. They
I was
tried
just
to
sitting there
host.
by the phone waiting.
Waiting for them.
For 5 years. I had a special line.
Did you have to re-up your hack license?
Hello? Are we doing it again?
Did you keep your taxi license?
I actually, at this point, I have to go and renew my license.
Well, do you-
Which is not going to be a lot of fun.
Have you shot them yet or no?
Yeah, we shot a bunch. It premiered last night.
Oh, okay.
You know, if you just do cash Uber, you don't have to pay for a license or anything. It could just be
That's
you.
a really good point.
Yeah.
Just use the same tricked
Right.
out thing. It's just not yellow and use the same car.
You couldn't use the name Uber, though, probably.
We'd have to have a deal with them.
Well, you just be cash car.
That'd be a great way to get people in without, without them knowing what was up, too.
Right.
And then I could actually have a nicer car.
Do you have to cut people out when they're like, "Hey, guess what? You're in the cash cab. You got to answer these questions." And they're like, "I just take the ride. I just go where I'm going."
Yeah,
Thank you.
well, I don't want to
Then I just
answer
have to
anything.
drive them in silence with the lights going.
With John Travolta's dance floor above their heads.
We're just quietly sitting in traffic.
How awkward.
Yeah. Every answer they give you, the Jews. The Jews. We can't use any of this, sir. The Jews.
Once in a while,
turn
they
off
don't want
the
to play,
effects.
but then I don't give them a ride. I kick them out.
You do?
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, this is
Get
the
out.
cash cab,
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah.
Not an actual cab.
You either play or you walk.
There's nothing that
Yeah.
indicates it's the cash cab until they get in, right?
Yeah, nothing really. I mean, if you're looking closely,
You've won Emmys for this.
I have, yeah.
And
got a bunch of them.
how many have you won?
They're useless. They're just paperweights. And once you have them, they do nothing.
Do you get to go up and make
I
a
have
speech?
6 of them.
You won 6 Emmys?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Wow.
Right?
But when they read like your credits when you do
3
stand
for a
up,
host and 3 for the show.
when you do stand up, there aren't they like 6-time Emmy Award winner Ben Bailey?
No, usually they're like, it's Artie at the cellar. He's like, he won an Emmy.
They won an
And I'm
Emmy.
like, should I correct him or am I just a total douche? If I'm like, excuse me, actually, it's 6. I have 6 Emmys already.
6.
Yeah, I
So
would
I never
say that.
say anything. And
Should I would go right up and say that.
I feel like a jerk just even mentioning it.
Ladies and gentlemen, I told Artie to say either he won 6 Emmys or to say he won an Emmy, but say it 6 times.
He won an Emmy. He won an Emmy.
Yeah.
He won an Emmy.
I would absolutely mention that I won 6 Emmys.
Would you, honestly?
The first thing I'd say to everyone.
Try to write material
I
around
feel like
your
a
Emmys.
douche doing that.
No,
Never
a girl
say
up
it.
the front would go like, you're really pretty. You have great tits. I bet you didn't know I won 6 Emmys.
That's good. That's a good one.
Exactly.
I'd be
That seems
impressed. but
inappropriate.
I think Paul Mercurio has one.
He
Yeah.
does.
What
Probably
does he
more
have
than
that
one from The Daily Show.
Yeah, from The Daily Show.
Yeah.
So what are you going to do?
Trying to ruin it.
Did you get to make speeches?
Trying to ruin it.
It was already ruined.
Did you get to make a speech?
Yeah. One time I was in the bathroom pissing, and I heard them announce my name for winning, and I literally was like 3 levels below the stage in a bathroom and had to run up, and there's just no one there. They're just standing there waiting, and they're showing my seat, and there's nobody in it. And I came up behind them, like I was like twice as big as the woman.
Did you say where you were?
I was like, "Excuse me, I'll take that." And I didn't know what to say. I was panicked. I literally just ran. I was, out of breath and freaked out.
Jeez. You didn't
And
wash your
someone in the
hands?
front row goes, couldn't get a cab. And I was like, oh, thank God. So then I said it into the mic and got a huge
that's
laugh.
funny, yeah.
Yeah. I think it might have been Alex Trebek who said that.
That's funny. You
He was
stole
sitting
his
right in the front.
joke.
Yeah.
Who were you,
he gave it. He was like, he
who were
gave
you
it to me like
against?
a line reader in a play.
Who were you up
Couldn't get a
against?
cab. That time, it was usually the same guys. It was like Alex Trebek and Pat Sajak. And the first time was Bob Barker.
Wow.
Before he retired. And then he announced his retirement like a day later. And we were like, well, I guess he's going to win.
Who won?
And then he won.
Oh,
rigged.
He had like 40 of them.
Damn. He did, right?
Yeah,
I'm
something
sure
like that.
So you're friends with so you got to know Pat Sajak and Alex Trebek?
No, Sajak is too cool. He never shows up.
He does. Wait, does he ever win?
No.
That's why he doesn't show up.
That's why he doesn't show up.
Wheel of Fortune
I'm sure he has
sucks.
some. I'm sure he has some.
Wheel of Fortune is the worst.
It's a good show.
Wheel of Fortune makes you feel better after you realize how dumb you are when you're watching Jeopardy.
Yeah. I mean, Wheel of Fortune is strictly for total idiots.
Yeah.
It makes you, it cheers you up after you're like, wow, I know nothing.
Right. And then you're like,
Trebek knows everything. I know nothing.
What was the show? There was such a dumbed down version of Jeopardy. Where,
Cash Cab.
Cash Cab. No, I mean, there was a show where they would ask a question.
Are you smarter than a fifth grader?
He was the first president of the United States. And you'd think like, oh, that's easy. But then they would go, George Washington? Yes, George Washington. Ding, 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 ding. And it's like that, like every question would be easy. And then they made it even easier.
What show was that?
I can't remember. It might have been like the question segment of Card Sharks or something.
Oh,
I'm not sure, but it was like that same time frame.
I want to be on that show.
But no, like Jeopardy's hard.
that sounds
Cash
like
Cab,
fun
you
show
start
to be
getting
on.
into those more expensive questions, they get a little tough.
It's very, very difficult. I've never gotten it. I swear I've watched it, and I'm like, I stink at Cash Cab.
They wanted it to be educational. They wanted it to be tough.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
Discovery
not just,
Channel. They were like, we want it to be as hard as Jeopardy.
Why'd they bring it back? Did they say? I mean, obviously it's a good move. Was it
I
just
don't
that
know.
they missed
Honestly, a lot of shows are they're bringing back a lot of shows right now. It's kind of a cool thing to do.
They probably noticed
but
people
were
watching a lot of the reruns.
People are always asking for it. You know,
Yeah.
they never stop saying why. Why did you guys stop making a show? Is it coming back? You know,
So you were
and
gone
finally
for
we just did
5.
it. Yeah.
Well, how were you? How many were you on it?
How many years? 8.
Yeah. You did 8. Fucking 8 seasons. That's amazing. You did 8
Well,
seasons.
we did 10 seasons in 8 years.
Okay.
So we did 408 episodes or something like that.
And you get recognized a lot from that, right?
I do, yeah.
Does it help on the road?
Yeah.
It's
yeah,
good,
pretty
right?
much.
Yeah.
It made things a little weird at first because they had expectation.
Of
you
what?
know, like stand-up audiences thought I was going to be like the Cash Cab guy.
You're going to ask some trivia questions from the stage?
So some people actually did think that.
Like, this isn't a comedy show. Just pretend he's going to ask us questions.
You should ask
When are you
trivia
going to do the
questions.
Cash Cab thing? Like from the audience.
Yeah,
like,
How up here on a stage?
Yeah,
you
weeknights at 7. Right now, I'll be, this is not that.
You
So
should
it's
do a
it was
little trivia
tricky.
thing.
Shut up.
Why not? Will you bring
so?
3 people up? Yeah. And like whoever gets the first question wrong, you smash them in the knee with like the claw end of a hammer. It's a little different. The claw end of a hammer right in the knee.
All right. At first, I was against it, but I like where you went with
Now it's good.
When is it on?
Idea.
Yeah. It's Mondays at 10 now.
Okay.
Every Monday at
And we'll just wind rerunning.
10 and 10:30.
On back-to-back episodes?
Back-to-back,
How many
yeah.
did you shoot?
6.
Only 6?
You got 3 weeks of shows?
Yes.
You should do more.
I'm trying not to say that because I know people are going to be like, what?
Yeah.
What are we supposed to do after that?
Cash Cab is back for 3 weeks.
For 3 weeks.
Are you doing more of them?
Where that's the plan.
Oh, they want to probably see if people still watch it. They will. It's a huge show.
They want to make sure people are going to watch.
People will watch it. They if it runs in syndication or they're watching it years later, of course they're going to watch new ones.
We should know any minute, right?
You never get tired of trivia questions.
In the next few hours.
Yeah.
Oh, so
did
like
we make the cut?
They're seeing if they watched last night.
Yeah.
And then
I don't know for sure. I imagine that's what's happening.
Just put you on. Like you had an 8-year, 10-year, whatever it was run.
Yeah, I know. They're like, we're just going to see if it works. I'm like, I thought we already knew, but but that's all right. I mean, that's how TV is. That's the way it works.
Yeah,
you don't
that's
know that
the
you're on
biz.
until you're sitting there watching it.
Yeah.
Did you do other locations or only in New York?
Just New York.
And then they got someone for Chicago, right? It was like that.
That was just kind of a one-time thing.
It was.
Yeah.
Didn't work.
It
Bombed
doesn't
miserably.
work.
Ben's the cash cab guy.
Yeah. And
Try
New
these other
York.
bums.
Hey, thanks.
Like, there's not really a hailing cab thing anywhere else in the country.
Not as
like
much.
it is in
Yeah,
New York.
Not really enough.
New
Chicago
York's
maybe
like-
could work.
Yeah.
LA, maybe
You call
you'd
a
have
cab
to like
company.
Yeah,
LA, you gotta
exactly. You'd have to
call.
like
Yeah.
be connected
like-
with a cab company. And when
Yeah.
they call, you just show up at their house.
Then you're
Which is
waiting there.
Do
and
Hong Kong.
It takes too long.
We should do Hong Kong. You're right.
And they
I think there is
suck.
one in Hong Kong.
I'm sure there is.
Did you ever have somebody get like unbelievably startled when it goes?
Yeah, a couple of people. Yeah, one girl just burst into tears. Just
Oh no, she was molested on a dance floor.
I think I dated her. She just bursts into tears for no apparent reason.
And then there were 3 people. There was 4 of them. The other 3 people we were all worried. The other 3 people were just rolling their eyes like, oh,
here she goes again.
Here we go with this every time with this.
Every time there's a game show on public transportation.
On a game show, you start crying.
Oh no.
Oh, that's great.
Has anybody gotten unreasonably mad at you if they were getting questions wrong?
Yes,
it is.
Yeah, a few people. Yeah.
Oh,
a couple times I just pulled over and got like, all right,
get out.
I'm just going to get out.
Yeah, because you don't have security in the car because it's a cab.
Yep.
Is anyone following you?
The creepiest thing we had was one day we're shooting a really long day, and we keep looking up every time we're stopped down. We keep seeing this green minivan with totally blacked out windows.
Hey.
Following us, right? And like 5 or 6 times we see it. And then finally I'm like, all right, let's just walk over there. So a few of us start walking over towards this van, and it takes off around the corner. And we're like, all right, that was weird. And we come back, we open up the cab, we're like checking all the decks and everything. Car comes flying around the corner again, pulls up next to us. Like 4 dudes jump out, and they take like 1 million pictures of the cab and everything while it's open, and then jump back in the van and take off.
Were they paparazzi?
I have no idea. We still don't know what they were like. What
Cash van.
Yeah.
It's another
So
another
weird,
game
man.
show.
Yeah, it's another game
I
show.
mean, they're stealing it for another country.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Oh, you know the game show. Yeah,
They
get
were- it
pictures
looked
inside
like-
of people's cars.
Yeah. It looked like they wanted to get pics of the camera set up and all that, but I don't know.
You did it.
It was pretty fucking weird.
Unless they wanted to take photos to see what was in the cab, so if it was worth robbing or not.
Yeah, that's kind of what we thought.
Yeah.
Maybe they were planning to rob us, but
then they were like,
"No, they would have jumped out and taken photos. No one
they would
takes
have just
photos.
robbed us right then.
Right.
I think.
Yeah,
you don't usually
take
snap
pictures
some
and then we'll
first.
come back.
I would like to schedule a robbery. We'd like to rob you somewhere between noon and 2 tomorrow.
Does that work for you?
have you talked to any cab drivers that are annoyed because now the joke is going to come back that whenever somebody gets into a New York City cab,
Right.
hey, is this a cash cab?
Oh,
Drivers
God.
just like,
They kinda-
shut up.
They should just hate me a little
thrown
bit,
out.
those guys.
I'm trying something, cash escort, where like while you're having sex, she starts asking you trivia questions. Come on, Daddy, who signed the Declaration of Independence?
That could work, Jimmy. TV is going in strange directions. That could
really is.
That could work out.
Wow.
Declaration of Independence, a song?
If they show up and you try to guess if they're a man or a woman,
Oh, I always know.
you can always tell.
Yeah, I'm
Or
a wild daddy.
You've already checked a box.
Absolutely.
on the
As long as she
website.
better say she's a woman if she wants the door slammed in her face.
Not the box he's checking.
Yeah. A specific request has been made.
Yeah.
People, Discovery Channel executives are sweating right now.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Oh, is that
we're
Discovery
talking about
Channel?
prostitutes.
Oh, yeah, we'll talk more about it. It's okay. Our fans
They're
aren't going to not
listening,
watch
like,
Cash Cab because.
Oh my God.
Yeah, we haven't touched on the prostitutes enough.
No, yeah, they'll enjoy Cash Cab.
That last little thing with
hookers like Cash Cab too.
double the money thing.
Yeah, the video bonus.
Yeah, the video bonus. Like,
It's a ripoff of our Daily Double.
yeah. What are you doing?
Daily Double.
The Daily Double.
Why do they clap
I would take
for the
it.
Daily Double on Jeopardy? Why does the audience
They're
applaud
more of a
that?
risk.
It's just
It's
another.
fucking crazy when they go
Just
Daily
another
Double.
square.
Same reason I clap when the condom breaks.
I would absolutely
chance
do
of
that at the end of the
absolute destruction.
The ride though.
Catastrophe.
How does it work?
Bet it all.
Yeah.
Like you're betting it all. You could double your money. It's a video, so it's easier anyway because it's a video. Sometimes.
Yeah.
Like that hipster from Brooklyn who was on Jeopardy. Every time Daily Double came up, he would just gamble everything.
Every
Yeah.
single time.
Just about.
How did that work out? Did he?
Really well. He was like champion
really?
for 2 weeks straight.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's a
he
big
did.
risk, though. You get it wrong, you lose everything, says guy who has nothing to add. Big
Great
risk.
addition, Joe. Great addition.
Big risk.
You could lose it all.
Absolutely.
But you would,
Guy
Anthony.
has nothing to add.
I would do it.
But Sam,
Yeah,
please.
but you're risking everything.
No, you got the cab ride.
Right.
So
You get the fun experience of being on the show with all the bright lights.
That's
Right.
true. Yeah.
What's the most you can win on Cash Cab? Comment?
I don't know what the limit is. I think it's like 10 grand.
Okay.
It's the
Wow.
most you could win. Nobody ever won that
right,
much.
you got to get every question right.
And then get the double.
And have a
And
long
then-
ride and go for
long ride.
and then go for the double at the end.
Maybe a stoplight challenge.
Red
light challenge, right?
Stoplight challenge.
Stoplight challenge.
Stoplight.
Who calls
Maybe
it a stoplight?
the steam engine challenge. When you see a steam engine,
The stoplight challenge.
You're
You're
like
stuck
You're
at a
like the old lady
stoplight.
Oprah was driving in the color purple. Oh, we're gonna do the stoplight challenge.
I did. I think I used to call it a stoplight.
A
Did you? When I was
stoplight?
kid. It was stoplight.
Did you have to become very
A go as a
It
go
would just
light?
be a stoplight.
Stoplight.
He's an older gentleman.
Yeah.
Slow light.
Did you have to become well versed with the directions of New York City? Like there are people who must be in a rush that want an actual cab.
The streets are numbered.
So you
it's
figured
a
out.
grid,
Yeah.
so it's
It's
pretty
Kinda easy.
straightforward.
Are they in order?
Boston would be a pain in the
just
ass.
being a smart ass. I knew the city pretty well already. I had been driving around doing
You must-
stand up for.
You must have to plant people though, because there must be people that like show up and they're like, "Yeah, I got a 2-minute drive," and you're like, "Well, we're trying to film a game show
We're
here."
like,
So,
can you make your appointment a little bit later?
do you?
Yeah,
Wow.
of course. Yeah.
Somebody's like, "I'm in a rush," and you're like, "Well, we're
Like,
filming a
well,
show." So
this is more important than that.
yeah. And so if somebody's like, "I'm in a rush. I really have to get to where I'm going," and you're like, "But this is Cash Cab."
Yep.
Will they more often than not be like, "Ah, okay, I'm not in that much of a rush"?
Most of the time, they'll be like, "All right,
That's
I'll
so-
play. I'll
people-
call ahead."
People love being on TV.
Yeah, totally.
People just ruin their daily plans.
We had some girls that were really late they were already late for this big pitch meeting for something. And they were like, we can't play, but they were like, they had really good energy. And we were like, we want to keep them in, So I was like, I'll go to the meeting with you guys on the other end. And they were like, okay. So I went to the meeting with them.
Be funny if they were
showed up
pitching a
late.
fucking game show on a bus,
On a bus,
and they bought it.
The big money bus.
Yeah.
But so they went in, and there was all these old guys sitting at a table. They look like caricatures of suits,
Yeah,
and they're just frowning at these like 20-something girls.
What were they
there.
pitching?
I don't know, some
some
ad
show.
campaign, I think. And these guys were just frowning at them. And then I came in, and they were like, "We have a good excuse. We were on Cash Cab," and the guys were like kind of impressed and were fans of the show and everything, but I'm pretty sure they didn't get the deal. Like they were still pissed.
How humiliating
like,
is that?
"That's cool, but
The host of your favorite show walks in and you still don't get it. I'd buy a show. I'd buy a show if someone was pitching a show to me and a game show host. Like if Monty Hall came in with them.
That'd be impressive.
Yeah.
Wayne Brady's like, hello. Yeah. I've been hosting Let's Make a Deal for 10 years, but you still think it's Monty Hall.
Yeah.
Does he host that?
Yeah,
Wayne Brady?
and no one knows it.
Monty Hall is dead, isn't he?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah,
Is
Wayne
he?
Brady's been
Did
hosting
Did
for a
Monty
very
I
Hall
think
die?
he just recently died, Monty Hall.
Oh, God,
I think he did too. He's in his 90s.
But I didn't
Like
get that
within
wrong.
weeks.
Yeah, how old was he when he died? I know it's very.
Oh, and you know what? He did just die because I think somebody else, much more important, died also that weekend. And Jim came in insisting that we should only talk about Monty Hall.
Monty Hall, that's right.
Remember that? Remember
Who
that?
else was it?
I don't
was the
remember,
other
but
one?
it was like there were a couple of deaths that were worth talking about, and then Jim insisted that just Monty Hall.
He was
Monty
96.
Hall.
Monty Hall was
96
awesome.
years young.
True.
His daughter is somebody too, right?
Born Monty
Everybody
Hall.
is
Jerry
somebody.
Hall.
Yeah, no,
Mick Jagger.
His daughter,
Down
is
the-
an actress, I think.
Joanna Gleason.
That was terrible.
What?
Joanna
That will
Gleason.
not be brushed over. Did you
Yeah.
hear
What did we just?
Did
I
you
just
hear what,
missed something.
did you hear what Jim's suggestion was?
What was that?
When you said, "Who's Monty Hall's daughter?"
Yeah.
Jim thought it would be really funny if he said, "Down the."
Down the hall. Get it?
Down the hall.
Do you think that one was going to get brushed
Yeah.
over, Jim?
Jimmy's bright red in the face.
Well, it should be blood. That is terrible.
Awful.
My daughter. This is my daughter. Down the.
saving it for Chip's show. With
Yeah, probably.
yeah,
Sharon Hall.
she was on some shows.
Who died?
Oh, well, in that case.
Yeah, she was on like TV shows.
Oh.
Famous deaths.
Yeah, who else died?
It's the best we
Travis,
could
do you
hope
remember?
for.
No, but I do know that Sam is correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can find out. Give me one second.
Look at is that the
Usually
whole gist
correct.
of your show now?
Yeah.
Sam is right show.
Yeah. Well,
Is that
Yeah,
what this
which is
turned
ironic because he's
into?
very left.
Let's play Who Died. Let's play Who Died on this day.
But I want to know who it was because Sam is right. That did
I'm
happen.
curious too.
he
I
is.
remember, but I can't remember who it was. I remember John Ritter
Hugh
and
Hefner.
Johnny Cash.
Hugh
It's Hugh
Hefner.
Hefner.
Hugh
That's
Hugh
right.
Hefner.
John Ritter, Johnny
and
Cash
OJ got
died on the
released
same
that
day,
weekend
right?
too.
Right.
Oh, OJ got released.
But it
so
was
that's
just-
future deaths.
Just
That's
Monty
what
Hall.
killed the other two
Future
guys.
deaths.
Yeah.
Hearing of OJ's release.
OJ. Has
That didn't
OJ
even-
has he gone to Florida yet, or is he still
I think he's still chilling in Nevada.
hanging out in Vegas?
Yeah, he's
like
having a good
thrown out of
time.
bars.
Yeah.
Gotta love the juice getting tossed out for drinking too much.
Is that really happening?
Yeah.
You get thrown out of bars
I think
in
once
Vegas?
it did.
He's just going to end up right back in the joint.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
He shouldn't have been there
I think
to start with.
he's
There he is,
institutionalized
banned
now.
from Las Vegas hotel bar.
Was that the?
Why is he still dressed like an inmate?
I know. We're one of Leno's
You don't
shirts.
have to keep wearing that jumpsuit.
Just goes
Juice.
around wanting people to know who he is, so he's in prison garb now instead of his.
Running through the lobby of a hotel, jumping over luggage.
Isn't that amazing? Because of how much time has passed, there are probably more people that know him as a murderer, accused murderer,
Than a football player.
I just know him as a guy who worked for Hertz.
To me,
That's for you, you're an
he'll always be
guy.
Nordberg to me.
Nordberg, the Naked Gun movies, yes.
Cocaine. That's a
Oh.
pretty tall order, Nordberg, but I'll see what I can do.
You're the guy from your wife dying. Yeah, I know you. Yeah. You're the guy from those people getting their throats slit. Yeah, I remember you.
Yeah, you're the messy guy on the steps. I know who you are.
Yeah. The guy with the gloves who killed his wife. Yeah, I remember you.
He always has that kind of creepy, crazy smile now. Every
Yeah.
time you see a picture of him.
No problems here. Just here to have a good time.
Everything good. Just shaking the bush, boss.
Everything's all good. No problem.
Just gonna play some golf today and look for the real killer.
Would you have him on your show?
In a second, I'd give him a hosting spot.
Would you ask him a lot about like his quest to find the real killer?
Yes, I want to know what he's doing. Well, I've joined with the show Forensic Files, and we're looking. I sprayed some luminol on my Bruno Mali shoes, and they glowed in the dark. Yeah,
OJ, I think you did it. No. That's a little. We ain't here to play games.
You
No,
probably
no.
have a moment where if you were sitting in a room with him,
Yeah.
you'd probably at some point you'd be like, "Oh my god, this guy murdered people."
Yeah, what am I doing?
And I'm just here chatting and poking the bear.
I'm just sitting here with a wild.
Thanks for being on the show. Thanks a lot.
Yeah.
Can we get this guy out of here? It's scaring the shit out of me.
What's
that
the
would be
concussion
creepy.
disease? I think he has
CTE.
that. CTE. Yeah, I'm sure he has that. That's probably what it was. They said Aaron Hernandez had a really bad case of CTE.
One of the worst, they said.
Yeah, one of the worst they'd ever seen. So that kind of does explain this outburst of violent behavior.
You think?
Yeah,
Does
yeah.
explain it.
Because it fucks your brain up bad, and you just.
But none of the other guys just murdered people.
No, but there's different levels of it.
A lot of
there's
people.
different-
A lot of people think that's what the Benoit thing was.
Oh yeah, maybe it
killed his
was.
family, yeah.
Absolutely, you just fucking snap. I mean, maybe some guys are more likely to snap than others, but it definitely is something.
I think he should do another interview on pay-per-view. Remember when the trial was first over and he just hired a guy to interview him and charged people pay-per-view money? One interview.
Did he make any money on that?
Yeah, people
probably
bought,
did.
Yeah, because people thought it was like, oh, it's the tell-all.
But he couldn't keep
Morbid
it, right?
curiosity.
Isn't that
Oh,
when
it
they
probably went
said
to
that?
Fred Goldman.
Fred Goldman
got
had to
it.
get it, and then
Yeah.
his book, "If I Did It," or "If
They put
How
if.
I Would Have Done It," or
If I did it.
"If I Did
If
It."
I
And
Did
the
It.
if was really small.
because Judith Regan, I think, was supposed to publish it, and then she was like, okay, I'm not going to anymore.
Yeah.
And so OJ retains the rights at that point. But because of the legal thing, the Goldmans actually retained the rights to it.
Yeah.
So then the Goldmans decided to publish it because it made him look like such an asshole.
And they made
And they
money
got the
from
money
it.
from it.
And then
yeah.
they changed the cover.
And then there
So
was the
the if
game
wasn't
show.
really little.
Juice was a game show host too. He
Oh,
was
was he?
juiced.
Yeah, you got
called
You've been
juice.
juiced.
You got juiced.
Which is really kind of sick if you think about
Is that
it.
accurate? Did that
But,
really happen?
yeah.
It's the
Wait,
same
did he
thing
do
as-
it after?
Yeah, he did it.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
He did it in like the.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, that's
yeah.
when you're wearing a
There's
white
show on
shirt and the
YouTube.
front of it becomes really red. That's how you've been
You got
juiced.
juiced.
It was the same thing. It was the same concept as Punked.
Yeah.
Except OJ was the one pulling the pranks on people. He would be like at a drive-through restaurant.
Pretended to
or,
sell a
you know.
used white Bronco, it said.
Is there a clip from this? I would love to see
I
a
would
little
too.
piece of juice.
Yeah, there's a sunglasses one I'm dying to see.
See, OJ, he pretended he was
Ew.
homeless and he was
Oh
selling
my God,
oranges because OJ. You see?
Yeah,
Oh, right.
I get it. Yeah.
And then you'd go
Orange
up and
juice.
buy an orange and he would slit your throat. And that was that was the prank. You've been juiced.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, that was.
Did every prank end with him murdering
Yes, it did.
somebody?
Exactly right.
See that I didn't.
That's a hell of a pitch.
Yes.
It's ahead of its time.
What happens? I cut their throat.
Yeah.
And then I murder them.
Right, like you order a milkshake at a drive-through, and then you get there, and the
Yeah.
juice is like, "Oh, I was wrong. We don't have milkshakes." And the guy's like, "What?" And then he almost beheads you.
Right.
He cuts you so hard.
And then he goes, "You've been juiced."
You've been juiced. And then there's like a
who's not gonna watch?
There's like a wacky transition.
Yeah,
and he goes to the next prank.
Next prank.
Here it is.
All right, here's.
It's so creepy.
Let's see what he's doing here.
OJ's dressed as like an old white man.
And he's got a banana peel.
A banana peel on the floor.
Nice, good day,
serious hijinks.
No. I just said go ahead and just sell everything. I don't understand why they want to sell.
Whoa!
And the guy slipped and fell.
Oh, wait, and then
This is a Jimmy Kimmel skit. This is
Did he stab him? It's a Kimmel bit.
That's a Kimmel bit.
That is. I was really shocked for a moment there.
I think the guy slipped on the banana peel looked
Did
phony.
he just do that?
Yeah, no, this is the actual juice.
This is the actual juice at a drive-through.
Troy fell for the fake news that the MSM presents again.
Yes, he did.
Yes, he did.
OJ honestly just thought he'd go right back to his life.
Well, he wanted to be famous. Yeah,
as you know,
because he's a lovable, famous guy.
Yeah. Oh, he's rapping.
Titties.
What's going on? There's bare-breasted ladies there.
Well, if there's anything that OJ should be associated more with, it's white blonde women.
Right, they all look like Nicole.
Yeah.
Jesus, man.
It's going to make people feel comfortable.
Good song.
The director's like, can we use any other word to stop filming? What's the word? We need another word. All right, and cease filming.
Holy shit, that was
OJ, cut. You got it, boss.
No, OJ.
Oh, he did it again.
Jesus.
All right, so is he running a drive-through?
I'm genuinely stunned by
I gotta meet the restaurant manager that allowed him to be a fake drive-through guy.
Yeah.
You sure you want those large fries? You know what they're saying about fast food making you fat?
This is hilarious.
It is.
That is pretty funny because she's a big fat person.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Is she a right big fat person?
Wait a minute.
Can you hear me now?
I bought this place from a Lipman. So
She leans in. She leans in real close, and then the blade just pops right out of the speaker and just kills her dead.
Oh,
damn.
You
Trying to
lady.
pick up on OJ.
Yeah.
Did you still got it?
Mystery bag number one.
Like the bag I handed off to Robert Kardashian with the knife in it. That was mystery bag number 2.
The mystery bag has my ex-wife entrails in it.
Yeah. It's got 2 blonde hairs and a colon in it.
Yeah.
Here you go.
Who produced this show? Like, how did this actually happen? I don't understand.
I don't think it ever made it to television.
Oh, he's taking a drink.
He took a sip.
The guy goes, what the
What are you going to do? Test it for DNA?
Oh, look, it's LAPD. Let me spit in it. Juice is eating their food.
Yeah.
Cheeseburger.
He's ripping off SNL.
You're looking good. In any event, I hope you ain't gonna order too much food because you don't want to lose that beautiful figure you got.
It's just...
Can you believe?
My idea is I work at a fast food place and call women fat.
I sexually harass women.
I love this.
But OJ, what if they get mad at you? I'll kill them.
Could we?
Yeah.
Juice, could we wrap this up?
Juice.
Get out of the window.
Yeah.
Falls in love with the
She's
deaf
pitching
guy.
him a screenplay. What's going on?
Yeah.
Oh my God. She's saying it's
get
about
it?
a deaf guy, and he's going, what?
What?
Deaf?
What? You get it?
What? No, he thought she said dead. And he got a heart on. This is terrible.
It really is bad.
Very, very bad.
It's not entertaining at all.
That's the problem.
45 minutes long.
Yeah, we can't hear it.
This is actually more unentertaining than it is distasteful.
The only thing that works with OJ doing something like this is if he comes around a corner covered in blood with a knife and goes, I can't believe this happening. You got to help me.
Right.
And see if the guy helps him hide the knife and everything.
It's literally the only thing anybody watching this is thinking about.
would want to see. Yes. As you watch this, you're like, this guy murdered a couple of people.
Oh, wait. He killed his wife. He definitely killed his wife. I think he did.
That was
I really definitely think
2006.
he did. Yeah, this was before he held up the guy because he thought he was going to get his stuff back.
Yeah.
Right. Where's my
Get
Heisman
his,
trophy?
His OJ paraphernalia.
He thought he was going to get it, and then he found out, and then he didn't even get that back. The guy didn't have it.
I'm like, dude, just sign another football.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Even
what?
though I was on OJ's side, but that one I was still happy he went to jail.
They, you think they?
What do you mean? You think he was in the right on that?
The memorabilia one, yeah, I do.
You think that was a little payback?
Of course.
A little bit, right?
Mr. Simpson, when are you going to learn? You're just a guest here.
I got to kick your kike's ass. Doesn't work, does it?
Las Vegas. Yeah. You're just a guest here.
Yeah.
Oh, OJ. He's just misunderstood at the end of the day.
Maybe he can, they brought you back. Maybe they could bring the juice back.
What'd you do in the 5 years that you were gone?
Did you kill anyone?
I had this reality show about working at a drive-thru.
Oh, okay.
That sounds very entertaining.
People would pull up, and I'd be like, "But you're already fat. Why do you want these French
God, I would
fries?"
love to do that for a show.
And
I would leave this in a minute. They said you could just work at a drive-thru and talk about people's body shapes. That's all I would do.
Don't get the cheese. It'll make you even fatter.
Fat. Oh.
I'll
I was
have
just
a
doing
burger.
stand-up the whole time, really. Just doing stand-up shows and, pitching shows. And I had a couple of pilots, shit that didn't go anywhere.
Did you pitch shows that were a little too close to Cash Cab?
Yeah.
Cash
they just
helicopter.
they were cash cab.
They were?
No.
Yeah.
No, but everybody wanted me to host the next kind of game show in a weird place.
Yeah.
So it was like, we're going to do one in an elevator. We're going to, somebody had one in a public bathroom.
Oh, well.
Which I thought was actually a pretty good idea.
Sure, you talk through a hole
Not a
between the
good
stall
show.
doors?
Yeah. I just peeked through the
a
glory
good
hole.
cameraman you could hire for that.
Hey, tonight in Discovery, it's...
Doing a lot of stand-up, which I should plug my dates at Caroline's.
Caroline's, nice.
December 14th to 16th, weekend after next.
It's a lovely club.
Oh,
It's a wonderful place.
Yeah.
I haven't been there in ages, man.
Yeah.
At least a couple of years, yeah.
Why?
I don't know. Just hasn't happened. But I'll be back there 14th through the 16th, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Come check those out if you can, guys. I just slurred at the end of that.
Come see me, you sons of bitches.
You had a mini stroke halfway through your plug.
But I'll still be able to do the shows.
Yes.
Do you want to?
He does all the Cash Cab material. Go see him at Caroline's.
Yeah. And the fun part is at the end of the show, he does ask trivia questions, and you can win money. So
Absolutely.
go expecting that.
You guys might be on camera.
Oh, man.
You never
could
know.
You imagine?
Hey.
All right, everybody. Here we go.
Plus, he'll give somebody a ride home in the cash cab. So just one lucky.
You know, it would be really good if you got up and set up 4 chairs on the stage sideways and had people behind you, and you made like you were driving and do a live version.
That's really
on
that's a
the
great
stage.
idea.
And then had Jack Torrance walking with an axe.
It would be funny if I did that and then I just left and left them sitting there.
4 chairs during the check
Come on
spot.
up. I'm going to need some volunteers.
Maybe just
who wants
walk-
to play catch cab.
And then you just walk
and I just
away.
leave them
How
sitting there.
long would they just be sitting there waiting for something?
I think for a pretty long
I
time.
thought I was the Cash Cab.
That's the greatest closing to a show I've ever heard.
Damn. That's
Just
great.
four people.
I need
sitting
4
on
people
the
to come up
stage.
here and sit. And then you go, all right, hold on 1 second. All right. And then you just walk off.
And I leave,
And you
and
go
that's it.
home.
You leave.
And that's the end of the show.
I did that early on in stand-up. You remember the old Boston, Jimmy, how weeknights it could be pretty rough.
Sure.
You might have 6 or 8 people in there.
Terrible.
I was on in there one night. It's like 1 a.m. And there's this British woman in the crowd. And I'm just bombing. And she's like doing commentary on how badly I'm bombing. She's like,
Christ.
"You're terrible. I could do it better." She keeps saying, "I could do it better than you." Finally, I go, "Okay, come on up here." And she comes up, and I hand her the mic, and then I left and went to the cellar. I literally just walked right out the door and left her on the
Good
stage.
for you. Hope she killed. It was Gina Yashery. She was destroyed. We got to wrap in 30 seconds.
Wow.
Oh shit! We only took 1 break.
Yes, we did.
Wow.
Anthony,
Yes,
it's Compound Media.
compoundmedia.com, 4 to 6 p.m. Eastern Time, the Artie and Anthony Show. Yes.
And Anthony will be on Chip tonight, and the new Chip podcast is up. Catch Cash Cab. It's Mondays at 10 and 10:30, but I'm sure they're going to rerun it.
Yep.
And support that. I'm happy for you that it's back.
Thanks, buddy.
I'm going to be in
Appreciate it.
Chicago this Friday night at Thalia Hall. And Sam?
The wrestling podcast comes out Thursday, and the YouTube show is at YouTube/NotSam.
Cool.
Awesome.
And come back.
Caroline's 14th to 16th.
I will. I love being here.
Whenever you want.
Fun.
And I'll be on your show next week.
Cool.
That was good fun.
All right,
Good
guys.
fun, guys.
Goodbye.
Oh my god, it's over.